is Jose. I'm glad you're joining me today on this little live stream. I heard a lot of police, a lot of firefighters, so I'm gonna investigate. Back in Florida, I was pretty brave whenever there was an incident or whenever there was cops and stuff back in Florida. You could really get close and record everything, and you can do just about anything in Florida because the cops are very used to people. But here in Alabama, so we're just gonna go casually cruise and see what happens. Like I said, I heard a lot of police commotion, fire trucks, everything. So I know something happened around here. We'll find out. And again, back in Florida, like a second, So back in Florida, I used to live. And I can get out and record the cops and stuff, and even I can get brave and stuff with them too. But here in Alabama, you don't want to get too stupid with the cops. So we're just gonna briefly cruise around and see what's going on. Like I said, I heard fire trucks. I heard a lot of commotion down this way from my house. I was outside talking on the phone with Dad, and you could hear something was going on over here. But again, this is Alabama, and here the police don't play. It's not like in Naples where I used to live, where I could go up. If you guys remember my live streams back in Florida at night, we'd drive around listening to the recorder will not tolerate, lack of a better term. So something definitely took place over here. I don't know if it's a house that caught fire, maybe somebody. It was definitely a lot of commotion. It's the most commotion I've heard since I've been here. So we're gonna ride over here. Now I live kind of between the valleys, so we gotta kind of snake our way through the valley and get out to the main road and see what's really going on over there. And we'll just go for a night ride through the area and see what's going on. It's a Sunday night. I do got to work tomorrow. I feel better after I ate. I thought I was actually going to get worse. So I'm going to turn this light off inside the truck when we get to here. And I'll flip the camera so you guys can see forward. Again, I don't want to be too stupid because, again, this is Alabama. And from what I hear, the police here doesn't play. It's not like in Florida where you can go up to a cop and say, hey, I'm recording you. What's your badge number and all that crap. I'm not going to try that. I'm not going to try my luck here in Alabama. It's definitely not. This is definitely. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip this back around. What's up, AJ? Welcome on board, my friend. So we heard some police commotion, and I want to figure out what it's about. It's actually pretty hot today. It's in the 60s. I'm still wearing a sweater. Now, if only we could find out where all this police commotion was at. I heard some action in this vicinity. Fire trucks, all that. Who knows what really went down. We're in Millbrook, Alabama, in Elmore County. And yes, I do live in the suburbs. We're going places in life. I live out in the sticks, but I really live in the suburbs. Eric says you can always download the police scanner. Yeah, I do have the police scanner. You're not allowed to use it. Look at this, dude. I actually have, where I live, there's actually, a little entrance to the community. Even though, I guess they, where I live, it's kind of, way in the backwoods. But they built, kind of keep a little napkin here, and I jam it right on top of the camera. Let me just do that real quick, and it's going to make I lose you guys. I'm live, I'm sorry. I can jam this up here, and it kind of jams the phone that keeps it from moving around. So, where I live, there's kind of it looks like a gated community, actually. It looks like an actual gated community, but it's very odd. It's very odd where I live. It looks like a gated community, but then they build a gated community in front of my community, so I have to drive through a suburb to get to my neighborhood, which has been here since the 50s and 60s. So this little area right across the street, it's weird because it's a contrast neighborhood here. On this side over here, this is straight up residential, and in here actually you see all types of. This little corner's hot back here. You see, I've seen people running around at night with baseball bats and sometimes I drive through here and I'm like, what on earth is going on? I'm talking the stuff you see in the movies, people running and you know what I mean. You see all that over here. It's weird. This one little street here, it's hot. I'm surprised I haven't seen anything. Well, I have seen. It might have been a drug bust or something. I drove by one day and there's all types of police and stuff. But it's hot back here. This one, I don't know why this street's hot, but it is. It's usually, and you guys know how I gotta roll around here at night. But I don't know what it is about this neighborhood. It's hot at night. It really is. Not sure why, because it's just one little street back here. You'd think it'd be kind of dead, but it actually ain't. Not sure why it's hot, but it is. But I'm gonna take you guys around my neighborhood at night. But again, this is like a contrast neighborhood. You go from like really fancy like communities to like apartments to like just normal, like the most bland looking neighborhoods, and then you got like that little street in there for some reason. I'm thinking it might have been off of Canyon Boulevard. We're gonna run up over there. Christmas is bigger here in Alabama than it is in Florida. In Florida, where I used to live, you would rarely see houses all lit up. Here, you see a lot of neighborhoods that are lit up, a lot. Seems like it's more of a thing here. You can see here, there's some blue right there on the side. Somebody vandalized one of the, there's like a deer that they make out of big hay piles or whatever. Anyways, I'm just going to give you guys a night cruise. Might as well. We had a little bit of rain earlier. I'm not sure why my windshield looks so clear tonight. My windshield looks awfully clear. It's 35 around here. This is Deepsville Highway. Don't ever go a mile faster than that. This area is so well patrolled. I've never seen an area more patrolled than this. There's more cops here in Millbrook than there are in this little stretch of Millbrook than there are back in Naples, Florida, where I used to live, which is insane. Like, I never thought that I would live in a place in Alabama that's more patrolled than where I used to live in Florida. But at least in Florida, like, you could speed in Florida where I used to live, and around here, you better not speed. And we just pull up to the corner store. There's always activity here. People hanging out and stuff. I might go in there for a water just to give you guys something to look at. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to go in there and grab a water real quick just so you guys can get a feel for the place. Let's just run up in here real quick. This is like the neighborhood corner store. There's usually all types of activity up in here. I'm going to run in there real quick. I'm not even going to turn the car off. I am, I guess. I'm going to grab a water real quick just so you guys can fill this place out. What's up, y'all? Welcome to my hood, man. We're just getting some water. And I bought this Alabama hat, really. I bought this, show you guys. For $6.99, I got this Alabama. I don't know what this thing's called. What is this thing called? You know, you put it on your head when it's cold. And they have Auburn and they got Alabama. $6.99. Actually, he's got it for $8.99. He hooked me up. I got a water and I left $5 for my neighbor's beer. I told him when my neighbor comes by, buy him. My neighbor comes by, buy him some beer. I left money on the register for my friend. I remember Mike. We saw him on the last live stream. He was on the last, one of the last live streams. I don't think they're really cool with me right now, but I'm just like, that's the way I am. So welcome to my neighborhood, y'all. Millbrook, Alabama. That was so nice, Jose. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be buying him alcohol. He shouldn't be drinking. But anyways, that's the type of person I am. Like, I know he comes here to buy his alcohol, so next time he comes, I'll be like, hey, here's some fireballs there on Jose. You know what I mean? That's just the type of dude I am. I like to surprise people, man. I like to surprise people. I like people to be surprised by me. So I heard cops, and I'm pretty sure it's back off a canyon, but that's a dead-end street. I don't know if I should be going in there at night, considering that it's a dead-end street, so we're probably going to skip on that one. Hey, Jose, good to see you live. What's up, man? Putting in the work, man. I always put in work. I just want to check out what my neighborhood looks like at night. I just dropped like $20 at the corner store. Didn't even plan on it, but it's all good. I work hard. I got me some water to drink. I got me a little hat. What are these hats called, by the way? There's a name for them. Being from Florida, I don't even know what they're called. What are they called? Like those little winter hats you put on your head. What are they called? I don't even know what they're called. You're thoughtful, dude. Yeah, so my neighbor Mike, I don't know what he's mad at me for. He's mad at me for something. Who knows what they're mad about? But anyways, I went in there. I told the guy, hey, here's some money. When my buddy comes, let him know the beer's on me, you know? So that's just the way I am. He don't have to like me. I'm going to take care of everybody around me. I'm the type of person, if you don't like me, there's something wrong with you. I'm a big boss, man. And not in Naples. In Naples, I am un muerto de hambre in Naples. But here in Alabama, I'm a boss, man. These are like the shadier neighborhoods of the area. We're heading towards the water treatment plant. And one of my subscribers was asking me, I'm sure you might be on right now. One of my subscribers was asking me about a community they're going to build here. And today's a Sunday, so Sunday's the day you see people out and about doing stuff. Then we'll head to Walmart, but we're going to scope it out real quick. It actually doesn't smell that bad near this water treatment plant. Like right now, I don't smell it. It's a small water treatment plant. I guess they're building a new subdivision back in here, because this is all like suburbs. So they're going to build, it might be this field right here on the left. But somewhere in here, they're going to build a new community. I couldn't find the exact location of it, but somewhere in here, they're going to build a community. I'd love to head into Wetumpka. Wouldn't that be cool? It's about a 20-minute drive, though. I don't know if you guys want to hang on that long. I think we're better off heading towards Prattville, because in Prattville, you can see stuff on the way there. There's pretty much, between here and Wetumpka, there's nothing. It's all that country road, so I'd rather drive you guys to Prattville, and then from Prattville, we'll scope out Prattville at night. We'll scope out Millbrook at night, just so you guys can see what it's actually like out here at night. So this is the water treatment plant on the left. In this area somewhere, they're going to build a community. Somewhere in here. Okay, I can smell it now. So I can smell it. It is a water treatment plant. I mean, I think it's how close will the subdivision be to the water treatment plant, because nowhere on the internet, it says it's in this little area, but it doesn't say exactly where in this little area. You know what I mean? Like if it's too close to that water treatment plant, nobody wants to live near a water treatment plant. That's a no-brainer. But yeah. Anyways, let's go into town. Now, I kind of went the back way to see if there was any, like, street-level activity back in there. There's pretty much nothing going on back there, so I'm not taking the main routes here. I'm kind of taking the back roads, but we'll be into the urbanized area. We're a block away from the urban area, so we'll head back in the urban area. But anyway, somewhere in here, they're going to build a new community. I'm not sure where. Actually, you know, sometimes I tell myself, oh, I wish I had ended up in a new community. But, bro, right now, I got a fire pit going on in my front yard, okay? I got a fire in my backyard right now, okay? I built a fire pit, and there's fire. Katie's home right now. She knows it's on. So you can't leave a fire unattended, obviously, so she's there with the fire. But anyways, I can burn. I have a junk removal business, and I can burn stuff in my front yard. It's like a no-brainer, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It really is. It's a win-win all the way around. Like, I'm out in the woods, so I can do whatever I want. Like, I've done probably 20 things today that if I did back in the city and where I used to live in Florida, I would have got arrested for. Like, I shot my 22 or my 12. I can't remember which one. You're not allowed to do that in the city. You know what I mean? All right, so this is like real close to where I live. No, I went the long way. This is actually closer to my house than what you can imagine. But I just want to show you guys what the street level activity looks like on a Sunday night here. So we got the Waffle House. We've not eaten at the I love Waffle House, but I haven't eaten because I'm just trying to avoid places that are small. I think Waffle House is gonna have to do some outdoor seating if they're gonna survive. They really are. So we got. Hey, can you get arrested in Florida for a fire pit? Oh yeah, in the part of Naples where I lived. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You can definitely. I almost got arrested one time for doing it. They wanted to fine me like a lot of money. Like it was a big heavy fine. I also that's two things, and I blasted music all day. Like you can't do that like in the city. Like so. Anyways, the amount of freedom that I have living up in the sticks, I do sometimes get complacent because it's kind of like the hillbilly up there, you know. But at the same time, like I got so much freedom where I live now that it's kind of it kind of like it's worth dealing with the hillbilly. You know what I mean? So here we got a China King. There's a Mexican store right in the corner where it says Juno's Beauty Supply. On the other side, there's a Mexican store. I'm glad I like rural upstate New York. Yeah, man, it's not like living out in the woods. You can really do whatever you want. All right, so right here we got a Mexican restaurant. You can kind of see the green and yellow on the sign right there, Mexican restaurant. Right, you can see it says Mexican, right? So that's a Mexican restaurant. They're obviously closed on a Sunday. And we got a Tractor Supply. Notice how much stuff there is outside, bro. In Florida, that would steal all this stuff. Imagine in Florida, I've said this before, they leave their canoes outside. Yeah, they're tied, but they're not like really tied. If you really wanted to steal them, you could. What part of upstate? I'm from Syracuse. Yeah, buddy. So look, these canoes, yeah, they're tied up, but like if you really wanted to steal them, you could. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't do that in Florida. See these chicken coops right here? Dude, these things would be gone in Florida. So Alabama is very different than Florida. Like out here, there's less petty crime. There's more outlaws though. Like, give you an example. Like, look at this right here, dude. You see these? You see this right here? Dude, in Florida, they would steal every last one of those things. Oh, my God. Could you imagine in Golden Gate City? I believe it's raining everywhere. Hello, Jose Katie. My dad is from Albany. Yo, look at this, bro. Could you imagine that right there in Florida? Every last one of those things will be gone. Every last one of those bags. Dude, you can actually leave stuff outside here in Alabama. Like here in Alabama, look, they got bales of hay on pallets, bro. They would steal all of that in Florida. It's different, bro. It's really different out here. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of crime out here. There's real outlaws here. You know, like there is crime out here, but it's not like in Florida. You have like professionals. You know what I mean? You have people that are just so petty. Cool. I'm originally from Albany. I met some cool people from upstate New York, man. That's the crazy thing, too. Like, even though, like, there's a McDonald's here. Even though New York has a reputation for being the jerkiest people and all that, some of the most solid people I know in Florida are from New York. I swear to you, man. Like, I can think of, like, 3 people off the top of my head that are from New York and New Jersey. Some from upstate, some from the city, and they're just the coolest people ever. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just generalize and say, okay, all people from this place are bad. You know what I mean? Especially here in the South, they just like to generalize, man. Like we're the coolest people ever, and they're all like, oh, you guys Yankees when we moved in. Like, why does that even matter, bro? Where we're from? You know what I mean? Like, you don't judge somebody by where they're from. You judge somebody by their character and all that. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm loving it out here. And I honestly, like, I haven't really had people mess with me at all. And we are quite the oddball. I feel comfortable here. I feel more comfortable here than I did in Naples, to be honest. Like, honestly. So y'all remember, there's a Winn-Dixie here. I don't really shop at Winn-Dixie. Honestly, I do most of my shopping at Walmart or at Publix. Usually Walmart if it's like, you know, like supplies. And Publix if it's food. I know that's actually an extravagance. There's a Little Caesars here, and there's a Domino's on the other side. That's kind of I need gas. We're almost out of gas. Let's go get gas. I keep forgetting this car needs gas, man. I just drive and I keep forgetting. And I was at the gas station. You went through some tough times a few weeks ago. Yeah, I did. I did go through some tough times, but hey, moving is always gonna. The thing is that I realize that these people out here, they like to like puff up their chests and act like they're bad, but they're not really. I'm from Florida, you know, they're not as tough as Floridians, you know, so like, and they're not as smart as me, so like, I can really, once you've dealt with like, I think living in Florida, like, it's almost like being a convict, you know what I mean? Like, once you're a convict, your level of intelligence just far surpasses everybody around you. You know, living in Florida makes you a convict mindset. It turns you into a convict. You know what I mean? Like, you have that street mindset where it's really hard for somebody down here to hustle you. So, you know, you get the upper hand. Like, at first, they act like they're really tough. And in Florida, you can't really act like you're tough in Florida, because in Florida, if you act tough, believe me, you're going to be tested right off the bat. This is one of the few restaurants that has closed here. This Neighborhood Grill and Catering here, it closed. One of the few things that have closed, you know, because here the restrictions in Alabama for restaurants weren't too strict, and the people, they're not really all big on, you know, all that stuff. There's another liquor store over here, and the gas station where I got the water is also a liquor store, so that's a lot of liquor stores for this little neighborhood. Here's another Mexican restaurant. I had a little bit of a hard time, but you know what? I came to realize something. I'm from Florida. You know, we're tough people. You have a great attitude, and you seem to make friends quickly. I do. But people out here, they're not friendly, bro. They're really not. People here are just to themselves. So, you know, me being just a social person, it actually works against me here. In Florida, it's good to be social because you got New Yorkers, you got Cubans, you got Puerto Ricans, you got Haitians. So in Florida, you got to know how to rub all types of people. You got to rub against all types of people. Hey, what's up? You Haitian? Oh, Sabase, Nabule, you vole, paresse. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, I can meet a Haitian right now, and 5 minutes later, we're cool. You know what I mean? Or if I meet a New Yorker, what? You from New York? No, you from New York. Are you from New York? Or are you from New York? You know? And then if they're from, you know, if they're from New York, then I say, you had Tiplos in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from South Florida, bro. I know how to get around people. But up here, these people, they're not very social. They're, you know, that's not the way they do business up here. You know, here people are to themselves, so I come off too strong. I'm kind of like, you know what I am? And it sounds kind of embarrassing to say. Like, you know those obnoxious, like, Bronx Puerto Ricans that are like, you're from the Bronx. I'm from New York. I'm from New York. I got Tiplos. I got Tiplos in the coop. You know, I come off to these people out here. I come off as one of, like, the way a New Yorker from, like, a Puerto Rican from the Bronx comes off to me. I come off that way to the people here. I come off too strong. You know what I mean? So the people here, they're kind of like a little bit like they're not really sure about me. You know what I mean? I'm just an oddball. You know what I mean? And people here don't really try. The thing about people here is they don't really try to make connections with people. Like, they're born here, they know everybody knows them. You know what I mean? So, but us, we're hustlers. You know what I mean? Like, Floridians, New Yorkers, Bostons, we're hustlers. You know what I mean? So I kind of come off a little strong. People think I'm too sociable, and that raises red flags. So I gotta try to suppress my social, which I hate doing it. Really, I hate it. I really hate it. I hate to have to suppress my personality, but my personality is not really adapted to this type of place out here. You know what I mean? Out here, if you're sociable and all that, they think you're a junkie or something. You know what I like? They don't really. That's just not the way they are out here. You know what I mean? So I gotta suppress my personality a little bit. I come off too strong, basically, you know? But yeah, I do have a way about me, and just people here, they're more subtle, you know? They're more to themselves, and I just gotta work on controlling the personality a little bit. But either way, like I said, I do realize that Florida, as being from Florida, that I'm just much more of a hardcore individual. You know what I mean? You're much more hardcore of an individual. So, you know, my sense of my you know, I don't know. It's real chill out here, man. It's a country. You know what I mean? Like, in the city, you're always eyes wide open, concerned about people trying to come up on you. And then, like, the longer I spend here, like, the more I find out about my neighbors. the more I realize there's just a bunch of like regular hicks. You know what I mean? They're not like, you know what I mean? Like they think like when you first meet them, they try to come off real strong. You know, like they try to like portray a real tough guy personality. But once you spend some time, you get to find out everything about everybody, and then you're like, all right, these people ain't really, you know, they're not as bad as they portray to be. They're kind of like just like you. You know what I mean? But anyways, I got to fill this thing up. I wish I could get you guys a better view. There's kind of somebody here. That's kind of odd. I don't like it at all. Like being from the city, I'm very suspicious even of like somebody walking near me or anything like that. Like, and here you don't really have to be that way. Give me a sec. Yeah, I lose you guys. All right, y'all. Jose now the city boy in Alabama. Yeah, I mean to be honest, that's really how I am. I really am the city boy here. All right, I gotta get some gas, y'all. I'm really the city boy. That's pretty. Like, there's a dude right here. I don't even. I feel comfortable. Like with anybody's just kind of vagrantly hanging around, which is kind of normal here. But like, I'm always on alert. Like, I'm from Florida, y'all. I'm always on alert for something. And then a lot of times you just come off strong. Let's put gas in this gas hogger, y'all. Katie's at home. She's really not feeling good. I mean, like, she's really, really not feeling good. Like, really not feeling good. But don't worry about that. Just be yourself. Yeah, I'm just trying to be me. But I do have to. I mean, I am being me, but at the same time, being me is sometimes a little too much for people out here. There's too much of Jose. And I have tried to keep a low profile. Like, I haven't really been... Like, back in Florida, I didn't really care about my profile. Like, everybody in my town knew me. Like, here I'm trying to keep a real low profile. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really show out too much. I haven't even done too many videos in the area I live in. You know, I'm really trying not to show out. Remove nozzle, select gradient. Feel better, Katie. Yeah, she's at home. In fact, I don't even think she's watching the live stream. She usually is. They don't have cheap gas. They only got the expensive one. There we go. All right, Jose, I thought you were... Give me a second. Jose, I thought you were going to stop YouTube to do more jobs. Well, it's a Sunday at night. This is the only chance I really have. I'm not saying I'm going to stop YouTube. I'm just letting you guys know, like, I'm not able to, like, travel right now. You know what I mean? It's not like... Yes, Cam, yeah. Like, I'm not able to travel as much, basically. Like, I'm not able to go out of town. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I'm not going to do videos. Like, I'm doing a live stream. This doesn't really... I'm doing a live stream while putting gas in my car. That's not really like I'm making a video for you. You know what I mean? I'm not producing videos for you. I'm just like, tonight, I have an hour. Like, I worked all day today at my house, and now we're kind of driving around on a Sunday night. It's like I'm producing a video for you. I'm just hanging out with you guys, you know? Like, when I say making videos, I mean like hitting the road, going out of town and stuff like that. I won't be able to this week. So I'll catch up with you guys. Like I said, I'm going to try to do as many live streams as I can, even if it's just doing regular stuff like doing grocery shopping or something, just so I can spend that time with you guys, because I don't want you guys to think I dropped off the face of the earth. $1.79 right now a gallon. Oh, this thing's a gas hogger. I'll tell you guys how much gas we get. It's just about empty too. But so why not go live when you're working at the house? I don't want to draw too much attention from the neighbors. Like I said, I'm trying to keep a low profile. And Katie's sick and somebody's got to hold the camera. So I have done that in the past where like I'm working. I'll try it if I get a chance. And also I don't want to, yeah, I'm trying the best I can. But I'm letting you guys know I'm not going to hit the road this week probably, you know. There's a lot going on. Yeah, I'm not going to hit the road. Do I look better? Everybody tells me I'm looking a lot better. I think I've lost a lot of weight in my new diet. I feel like crap, though, to be honest. My stomach and all that. Neighbors know you're a YouTuber. I don't think so. I mean, they might have figured it out, but I don't want them to know. I'm trying to keep as much of a low profile as I can with my neighbors. I don't think they know, and I don't want them to know. And if they know, they're probably not going to tell you. That's the thing about people here in Alabama. You are a high-profile YouTuber in Millbrook. I know I am. So, like, I got 18,000. By the way, we're almost 80,000 subscribers on this channel. There's not 18,000 people in the town I live in. So, being just like, I do run into people in town, and they'll tell me, "Hey, I watch your YouTube channel." Like, yeah, that's kind of like, wow. Actually, during 2 live streams, I've ran into people during 2 live streams that know I'm a YouTuber. So people do know. Look at this, y'all. $47. Yeah, look at that. $47. So yeah, definitely a gas hogger. No doubt about that. Yeah, I really do. I mean, living in a small town like this, there's only 80,000 people in the county I live in. So I'm really keeping a low profile as much as I can. You know, and also not only like that, but like, you know, like when I'm out and about at night, like when I'm out and about here at night. Give me a second. Put this back over here. I'm sure my neighbors, they know I make money off the internet. Like they know. I don't know if they watch my YouTube channel, but they know that I make money off the internet because they see me with the camera all the time, and like they've probably figured it out. I don't know. I'm sure they kind of figured it out. But again, I don't want to draw too much attention. That's definitely not the way we want to do things around here. Yeah, we don't want to draw attention at all. Yeah, like when I drive around like town, like this Yukon, this is a normal car. It's nothing special. You know what I mean? Like, but I get chicks hitting on me I've never ever had a girl hit on me in Naples. Because, you know, I'm just un muerto de hambre in Naples. But here, I'm big money Jose around here. So, like, I do get girls hitting on me all the time. But obviously, there's just a bunch of, you know, that ain't going to happen. You know, they're just trying to get to the money. They know that they can see the money they can smell the money on me. But, and when I say money, I'm not talking about, like, I'm bloated or nothing. I'm just not, like, you know, trashed. I'm not trailer trash, basically. And that definitely, like, you know, I'm wearing a sweater from Bass Pro Shop. I mean, people here might wear, like, the Walmart. I'm wearing, like, the Skechers. You can't even buy that here. That's something you order off the internet. So, like, you know, Yukon, you know, like, it's a nice car. So, you know, like, there's little details that people pick up on, and they can just tell. I mean, I'm fat and everything. You know, like, they can just pick up on a lot of those details, and they can kind of tell you're not the average Joe around here. So, I do have a lot of girls hitting on me all the time. Obviously, there's only one woman in my life, and obviously, you know, there's just a bunch of hood rats, really, because, you know, real women don't look at a man by what he's got. You know what I mean? Like, if I was from around here, I would probably think I'm hot. You know what I mean? I would think I'm a big shot. Like, if I was a local from here, give me a second, I'm trying to find something. So if I was a local from here, I would think I'm a big shot. You know what I mean? But because I come from Naples, and I know in 20 years in Naples, I never had a single girl hit on me in Naples. I know that the girls that are hitting on me here is just hitting on me because, you know, they're interested in the money. So, now we know you really keep the mattress in the back. Hey, no, you crazy. I would never, ever mess with one of those skanky girls. Bass Pro sweaters and Skechers are a deal giveaway. Yeah, like the way I dress and everything, it's a dead giveaway. So I'm not trying to say I'm loaded, but, dude, I know you're kidding, bro. It's all good. No, you crack me up, bro. That lets you know how much trust Katie's got in me. I took the mattress out. Katie wanted to leave the mattress in the back because she's always trying to go out of town. Like, baby, bro, I gotta work. I can't just go out of town, like, every day. If it was up to Katie, we'd be out of town every day. And, like, she doesn't understand. We gotta, like, my bad, man. I'm sorry. Okay, he figured it out. He drove the wrong way because I was driving the wrong way. Yeah, people here just do things. Like, if it were up to Katie, we would be on the road every single day. Here's a Walmart. This is like what you do here in Alabama. You see this Yukon? You see how it's got a 3-inch lift on the front? That's like the thing to have here in Alabama. A Yukon with a 3-inch lift in the front. I have a Yukon. I don't have the 3-inch lift in the front. I'm thinking about getting it. It's not at the top of my priority list. But anyway, sometimes people hang out here and like you'll have hangouts here at Walmart. Like tonight, there's nothing. In Montgomery, I've seen car clubs 100 people deep, but you know I haven't seen it since. You guys want me to drive into Montgomery? You guys want to drive into Pratt? Well, Montgomery's the hood. See, like this car, how it's. Oh, the other thing I like about Alabama is, You can park your car sideways in disabled spots. You're not allowed to do that in Florida. Walmart's closed, but I guess there's still a lot of employees here. I hear music blasting. Sometimes people hang out here at Walmart, especially the ones with the jacked up suspensions in the front. That's kind of a abnormality of Alabama that we do that, but they do that in North Florida too. Very common. Actually, it's more common in North Florida than Alabama, believe it or not. Is this guy carrying a gun or a cell phone? Probably a cell phone. So, but yeah, is that a gun or a cell phone? I think it's a cell phone. Yeah, it's a cell phone. But yeah, what's weird about Alabama is I get hit on all the time, and I know for a fact I'm not attractive, because if I was attractive, I'd be getting hit on in Florida, and in Florida I never got hit on, but here in Alabama, these little girls, they smell the money, you know what I mean? And I'm personally not impressed by sluts. Do they open carry? Yeah, you can open carry. Now, the only place I've seen anybody open carry in Alabama is in Deatsville. Deatsville's nice, but there's a few communities just to the north of Deatsville that are kind of a little bit more primitive. Slap out. Good people, though. Do you guys have a chance to ride through Cotton Lakes and Wetumpka? Oh, I'm sorry. We tell Katie, and she'll remember. Cotton Lakes and Wetumpka. I will do this for you, I swear. Tomorrow I'm working in Wetumpka. I will, please, I don't know, please, when I come on their live stream or something, or tell Katie and she'll remember, because my memory sucks. I will do this for you. Trust me, I will. I just got to get over, you got to remind me more than anything. But if I can, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to be in Wetumpka tomorrow, working. Unless I get sick, I feel better. Hopefully, I stay better. Oddly enough, I tell you guys about how many cops there are here in Millbrook. And every time I do a live stream, they're gone. But I will do this for you, Miss Moreland. Just bear with me, or remind Katie or something. I don't know. I forget. Oddly enough, every single time I do a live stream, there's no cops in Millbrook. And usually there's cops everywhere. Odd. Real oddity. Not sure why. It's kind of like the deer. I told you guys there's a lot of deer in my neighborhood. We've done 20 drive-thrus, and I've yet to see one deer while on camera. It's like once I'm on camera, it just messes everything up. It's not natural anymore. Weird. All right, so we're about to cross into Prattville. So we're leaving Millbrook now. There's a Taco Bell here, a Jack's, another gas station. Basically, you get the idea. Gas stations and fast food is basically... Oh, the Popeyes is not open yet, but they finished it. Yes, we're getting a Popeyes soon. So that's the Popeyes. They just finished it here. Let's go into Prattville. So we're going to be in the Prattville here briefly. So this is Highway 14. Highway 14 splits Millbrook. And basically to the, if I go on in the other direction, in 20 minutes I'm in Wetumpka, which is beautiful. And if you're not familiar with Wetumpka, that's where the HGTV Hometown Takeover show is going to be in 2021. They're already painting everything right now, so it's nice that I'm working there these days so I can see. It's changed a lot. I mean, that town has changed so much since those people got there. Now we're in Provo. When you cross Interstate 65, we're in Provo. So we're on 14. If you're following on a map, we're crossing 14. Now we're in Provo. Boom. In fact, up here on the right, there's a big sign that says "Welcome to Provo" somewhere. Another Waffle House. Does that make sense? We were at a Waffle House 10 minutes ago. Now there's another one right here. Makes no sense, right? Another McDonald's. There's a McDonald's in Millbrook. Does that make here? Welcome to Provo. So there's a sign, Prattville city limits. Now we're in Provo. So yeah, a big Ford dealership here. Now this little road is called Old Farm Road. So Prattville's a lot nicer than Millbrook. Millbrook has really nice places. It's a suburb, okay? The historic core of the city is kind of like the hood. Like there's a place called Sandtown. I hear it's notoriously bad. I've been in there and I've worked in there, and it is the hood. But it's not like as bad as some of the people around here say it is. It's not as bad as Shapmire in Florida or Twig Street in Brooksville. My gosh. You know, it's not that bad. But anyways, it's nothing as nearly as bad as... and if I'm not reading your comments, it's because obviously I'm driving. Usually I have Kay to read the comments while I'm driving. So we're in Provo. Provo is amazing. Provo is about like 50,000 people. This is also a different county. This is Ottawa County. Bro, you can rent an apartment across the house from where I live, where we first started the live stream. Those apartments are less than $700. Now, they're not like ghetto or hood, but they're definitely not Naples material. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's low. It's an apartment in Alabama. It's not like it's, you know what I mean? Like, don't set your expectation too high for this place. But, anyways, it's affordable. Okay, so we're about to go on Main Street, which is Cobbs Ford Road. I mean, it's not Main Street. It turns into Main Street. So really soon, there's a little patch here where there's nothing. There's pretty much nothing here, so the next like 2 minutes are kind of boring. Sipping on some water. Yeah, but anyways, it's just funny how here in Alabama, I've dealt with a lot of girls hitting on me. They smell that big city boy money, and they want a piece of Jose. I'm not impressed in the least bit because, you know, back in Florida, 20 years in Florida, I never had a single girl hit on me. You know what I mean? So it kind of shows you human nature, you know? It shows you what human nature is like, you know? It's kind of sad that we're like that, you know? Like, okay, in Florida, there's all these rich people, so obviously I'm not a top dog. I come over here, and all these little slutty girls, oh, you got a Yukon, and they're real bold about it too. It's kind of like embarrassing. You know, like I'll be at the gas station, and some girl will like look at me, turn around, show me her butt, and be like, "How you doing?" And I'll be like, "With my wife," you know. And then they get mad. I'm like, I wasn't talking to you, you know, like. Because they know they're acting like sluts, so, you know. Alright, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but you can actually see Montgomery from up here. You can see Montgomery. Yes, I can see it clearly with my naked eye. I don't know how well you guys can see it. But we're kind of on a hill, and you can see all the way to Montgomery. That's one cool thing about Provo, is you can see Montgomery in the distance. So, now we get up in here, there's a Lowe's on this side. And there's a shopping here. I'm probably going to go into downtown to the historic core, and we'll hang out there a little bit. Here's a police car. See that black car? See how it's solid black car with black wheels? That's definitely a police car right there. Provo's got a lot of police too. That's definitely a cop. Definitely a cop for sure. There's a lot of police in this area. I don't know why. I guess because, you know, it's a suburb and you got a big city next to it, so they try to keep this area as... With my wife. That was a good one. Yep, exactly. That's what I do to them. I embarrass them, really. I really do. I embarrass them all the way through. Like, I'll be like, they'll be like I had this one girl, she was like, "Ooh, you are handsome." And she's like, and I was like, "Yeah, for my wife." And she was like, "I wasn't talking to you." You know, like, and I was like, and she's like, and that, so she would, like, at first she was like turned off by it, but then a little bit later, because she was working at a, you know, at a location, and then she's black, and she goes, "So is your girl," you know, I told her, "Oh yeah, my wife," or whatever, you know what I mean? And so she goes, "So is your wife black or white?" Because she's a black girl. And I was like, "Oh, you know me, I got to get my credit score up, you know I got a white girl." And she's like, "Oh, so black girls can't get your credit right?" I'm like, "Okay, so you're hitting on me because you see what I'm driving." Oh, by the way, I love this Panda Express. It's like a... they have a very limited menu, but I do like them. We have a GameStop here. The GameStop in Naples, Florida closed. You know what I mean? Like, we have stuff here that... Here's another Walmart. We were just in Walmart in Millbrook. All right? In this shopping center, there's a Walmart. So that's what's kind of weird about here. Like, a lot of the stuff we got here in Prattville, you also got it in Millbrook. It's like everything's double. Like, everything you got in Millbrook, you also have it in Prattville, but they're only like 10 minutes away. I don't really get how that works. But, and they're not being friendly. They're actually hitting on them. There's a difference between being friendly. Oh, you go ahead. I'm sorry. The person just assumed I was going to let them pass. I wasn't going to. I was just going to keep going. But apparently, it's crazy. He just assumed I was going to stop for him. That's crazy. I wasn't going to stop for him. Oh, it's a good thing I had a chance to stop. Anyways, that's kind of odd, right? Like, everything you got in Millbrook, you got it here in Prattville. And they're just 10 minutes away from each other. Here's a Goodwill. And here's a Mongolian King buffet. I haven't done this yet. It's been on my to-do list, but we're avoiding restaurants. We're only doing takeout. Here's a T-Mobile. I think there's a T-Mobile in Millbrook as well. I'm not sure on that one. Okay, another Mexican restaurant. Right, here's another Mexican restaurant. I think there's like 20... Between Prattville and Millbrook, I think there's about 20 Mexican restaurants. Yeah, 20. It's called It's Fashion. I don't know what's going on there. It's like a woman's store. We did a video in this parking lot when the hurricane. So I'm trying to just show you guys is that everything you need and have is here. Are the people who work there actually Mexican? Yeah, they are. Not all. Not all. I've actually been to Mexican restaurants here where you're like, where's the Mexican? You know what I mean? It's weird. Like, there's more Mexican restaurants than Mexicans out here. I know that sounds crazy, but, like, you go to a Mexican restaurant, and sometimes they're all Mexican, but a lot of times, for sure, the waitress is usually a white girl. And sometimes the cook won't even be a Mexican. And you can tell because of the flavor on the food. It's like American Mexican food. Like, you can tell the cook's American. You know, like, and it's not like it tastes bad at all. It's actually good. It's just, you can tell that it's not a Mexican dish. By the way it's cooked, it's like an American. This Walmart's open later than the other one. That's a good thing to know. The Walmart in Prattville is open later than the one in Millbrook. That's a good thing to know. That's a very good thing to know. I'm going to stop for a minute just so I can catch up with you guys. Because since I'm driving, I can't be looking at the messages. But, you know, that little detail that I mentioned. Look how much litter and garbage there is in this parking lot. That's embarrassing. Definitely, that is very embarrassing. That's one of the embarrassing things about Alabama is how much people litter. It really is embarrassing at times. Let me just catch up with y'all for a minute. All right, y'all. So, the orange chicken is the best. I know, Shum, ain't it? It really is good. No, the Walmarts are no longer 24-hour because of the situation going on throughout the whole world. You're funny as F, bro. I appreciate it, Dino. With the wife, that was a good one. Yeah, buddy. Fast food is horrible. Can never live there. Do they have nice restaurants? Oh, yeah, Candy. There's a lot of nice restaurants. But with COVID, we're just doing... I got to sign off for the night, Jose. See you in the next broadcast. Take care. All right, bro. Good night. Yeah. So, yeah, I am a chick magnet here. And it's embarrassing. Oh, so I never finished the story with the black girl. So the black girl's like... So I told her she said, like, oh, you're handsome or something, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm handsome for my wife. Something like that, right? I can't remember exactly what I told her. Something about my wife. Yo, this Walmart's still open. Okay. That's good to know because we're up late. And the Walmart in Millbrook closes. This one's still open. That's really good to know. In fact, we might as well just hang out here somewhere and just watch what comes around. That's not a bad idea. I wonder what time they're open till. Here's another Suburban. Dude, Yukons and Suburbans are like the thing to have here in Alabama. That's why I bought one when I came over here, just so I could fit in a little bit better. Anyways, you do see a lot of people who park campers here at night. Now, I don't know why, but you see a lot of these. Like, see these campers? Like, that's somebody living in it right now. Like, that's somebody who's traveling or homeless, or see how much garbage there is laying around in the parking lot? That's the one embarrassing thing about Alabama. Why would... Yeah, we got a lot of fancy restaurants. In fact, right here, there's Applebee's. I mean, Applebee's is not the greatest thing. There's actually good restaurants here. And I'm coming from Naples, Florida, where they have good restaurants. And we have good stuff here. Like, you got all the big brands, but there are a lot of niche. Like, Wetumpka has the Coosa Cleaver, and it has the Coach's Corner. Those are two incredible restaurants. And they're not expensive. That's the other thing. Like, there's a lot of specialty barbecue places. There's Jim and Nick's. They're great, man. There's Southern Kitchen close here in Prattville. They're kind of out of business. But I guess they were a buffet, so with COVID, they didn't stand a chance, you know. But I'm going to go into Montgomery. It's been a while since I go to Montgomery. It's not really a good idea to go there at night. Last time we went to Montgomery at night, they tried to set me up to rob me. Ain't that nice? All right. Yeah, live streaming in Montgomery, bad idea. Here's a Crystals. They suck. No, it's just that alone makes me sick. No, but there's good restaurants. There's a lot of good restaurants here. We're not doing expensive restaurants. We're doing affordable. Back in Naples, I ate at the mall. We went to Naples, the best fancy restaurants in Naples. There's a few Cuban restaurants that are real good. There's one called Von Von, which is on US 41, just south of Pine Ridge Road. The Bay House is one of the most nicest restaurants in Naples. You're not going to go there and spend less than $100, but actually, there's a Mexican restaurant right in here that's really good. Sometimes there's kids hanging out here with trucks, and they're actually pretty friendly. I've met most of the kids around town, so let's see if there's kids hanging out here today. Last time there was kids hanging out in this parking lot, and we did a live stream at night, and they all showed me their trucks and everything. So this is a hangout right here. This parking lot's a hangout for young kids. Right here, this is Mexico Típico. I'm telling you, one of the best Mexican restaurants top 10 best Mexican restaurants that I've ever had. They're really good. Here's a gym. But this Palm Beach tanning salon, they're all over the nice areas of Alabama. So this is a hangout right here for young kids, this parking lot. See, there's people hanging out here for some reason. So this Mexico Típico right here, that's a really good Mexican restaurant. It's not expensive, but it's good. La Taste, here's a Vietnamese restaurant. So yeah, there are like niche restaurants. Like there's a Vietnamese there, there's a Mexican there. Yeah, there are niche restaurants that are good. By the way, Brownsville, all right. Pumpkin Pie Boutique. Advance America. I'd hope to never have to see those people again. Reminds me of being broke. Oh my gosh, I hate those people. Specialty Urgent Care. So yeah, there are there are fancy little restaurants. There's a Vietnamese restaurant there. Vietnamese restaurants are considered nice. That's not a dirty, like drive-through type of thing. There are good stuff out here. There's a Burger King again. This is like the third Burger King we've been on. So yeah, it's Alabama. There's a lot of fast food. That's the third Burger King we've seen since we've been driving around today. So yeah, there are niche restaurants. There are good niche restaurants. Again, Prattville, this is a suburb. I don't know why people think Alabama is so backwards. It's really not. Like, this place has everything any other suburb anywhere would have. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is, in every aspect of the word, a suburb. Just like Estero, just like Bonita, just like any other suburb. It's a suburb. You have everything you would want in a suburb. This is a jewelry store out of all things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people think Alabama has to be this poor place that doesn't have anything. Like, we got everything out here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's a lot of fat. It's still Alabama, don't get me wrong. Crazy though. Rip, pop, smoke. Yeah, boy. Yeah, there's a lot of smoke shops. And actually, I'm really angry at these people. Badcock Furniture. We bought a sofa off of them and it came broke. And they still haven't fixed my sofa. I'm so angry at these people. And I never have a chance to get over here on a weekday and complain in person. Here's a Southern Vape. This Badcock Furniture people. Oh, by the way, they delivered my couch, and the guy told me that if I wanted, they have one in Clanton, Prattville, and Wetumpka, but they also have a distribution center in Montgomery doing deliveries, and they told me that they'd hire me for $14 an hour driving a truck. When I first came here, I thought about taking it. I'm like, ooh, $14 an hour? But nah, man, I got my own hustle going on. I ain't gonna go work for nobody. Here's a thrift shop out of all things. Why are there people here? Oh, here's a oyster bar. Pratt Pub Oyster Bar. Oyster bars are fancy. You know what I mean? I hear somebody screaming. Okay, we got people hanging out here. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, this is the hangout tonight. Lots of kids hanging out. Not sure what. Oh crap! We in the hood. We in the hood. What's good? What's good? How you doing, man? What's good, man? Hey, we doing a live stream real quick on YouTube, man.
Huh?
We're doing a live stream on YouTube real quick, man.
Shit,
Wanna say what's up?
Let them see what it is. What elbow game, boy? We global in this bitch.
Let me show you real quick, bro. Hold on. Say what's up, bro.
Hey, what's up, man? This EBG coming live and direct. Cooler boy, y'all get to know the kid, man.
Let me pull up real quick. Can I pull up real quick?
Yo, pull up and get out of the park, man. The whole gang out here.
All right. Let me say what's up, man. All right, y'all.
Hey, he say he
Then we got what, 30 people. Let me say what's up to these people right here. I guess we found the hangout today. Let me just say what's up to these people right here, y'all. Let me show how we're doing in Alabama. Let's just say what's up real quick. Let me just show you guys how we're doing in Alabama. We're in Prattville. Let me say what's up to these people here, y'all. How you doing, man? Hey, so we got 29 people. What's good, man? Where we at?
We in Prattville, Alabama, man. We in Prattville, Alabama, man. This cooler boy coming live and direct.
You do music or something like that?
No, we don't do no music, none of that rap shit.
All right, man. So this is a hangout right here. We got everybody chilling here.
Yeah, we just here chilling, man. It is what it is for the night.
Hey, the Popo don't mess with y'all hanging out here?
No, everything legit.
I just came from Florida. We hang out like this in Florida. They come shut it down,
Okay,
man.
that's Salon?
You know how that, man.
No, they ain't doing no shutting down shit down here, man.
Yeah.
We just chilling. We got the police on deck.
They don't bother y'all. That's cool, man. That's Alabama. Back in Florida, man, they shut that. You see people hanging out down in Florida, they get shut down, man.
Already.
All right, so we got 29 people. Sometimes we get like 100 people on there.
Okay. Tell them tune in, Provo, Alabama, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
We global
y'all,
now. Already.
Have a good night, y'all. So yeah, that's how we do here in Alabama. All right, y'all. Have a good night, man. Bama lanes. But people in Alabama are friendly, man. I'm telling you, it's like people in Alabama, you can just meet people. You know what I mean? Like it's the different here. Alabama is something else. It really is. You know what I mean? Like Alabama people are so different, man. Like good people in Alabama. That's the one thing about Alabama. Like it's just different type of people. Like in Florida, they would say you're the police or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just a whole different. It's just a whole different environment out here. It really is. Like, you know, like in Florida, man, you could not meet people like that in Florida. You know, it's just different. Now, yeah, you meet nice people out here. You know, like in Florida, that would not go down like that. In Florida, they would be like, hey, first of all, in Florida, you couldn't hang out like that. In Florida, they would shut that down in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a Sunday, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And it don't matter if you black, white, whatever. Everybody cool out here. Like, in Florida, the police would shut that down. I'm not going to record the whole crowd because I don't want to do that, but it's really cool out here, man. Like, that would never happen in Florida. Like, in Florida, this is a nice restaurant. I don't know what it is. I think it's an Eliano's or a Saxby's. Oh, it's a Saxby's. They're already closed. Is it? Yeah, it's a Saxby's. So, yeah, here's an Arby's. Anyways, here in Alabama, like, everything is so different. In Florida, the cops would never let those kids hang out like that here in Florida. You know what I mean? Like, in Florida, they would never, ever, that would never, ever happen in Florida. Like, a hangout like that, especially in the suburbs like this, if it was like in the hood, you know, off of a gas station off to the side, you know, but like a hangout on a Sunday in Florida, the cops would shut that down in a heartbeat, you know? So, sometimes it depends. Sometimes it's this parking lot. Sometimes it's the other one. I guess they move around. But in Florida, like, they would not tolerate that. Let me show you guys something. Oh, I couldn't get around. I want to show you guys something over here, but I missed it. Baptist Medical Center. But I'm just showing you guys, like, out here, it's different. Like, you can do so many things here in Alabama that you can't do in Florida. There's so much freedom. Like, and people are approachable. Like, I just approached a crowd of people I don't even know, and the kid got right up in my face, said what's up. I've never ever been able to do that in Florida. You know what I mean? And it's just a different place, man. It's totally different. I love it. People are approachable here. Like, last time there was a car meet like that, I came up, and then the kids were, I don't know if you guys were watching it, the kids started revving their engines and everything. Sometimes they're black, sometimes they're white. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, I like Alabama. I really do. It's just, like, in Florida, the cops would shut that down so those kids wouldn't be able to hang out. They're not doing anything bad. They're hanging out in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Just chilling, whatever. And, like, young kids need to be able to hang out and do stuff, But we got a little caravan of cars right here. We let them pass us. Like in Florida, and also, by the way, I'm by myself. There's like 20 of them. I could easily have been robbed or whatever. You know what I mean? In Florida, I would never do that, because in Florida, you would get robbed. Like that. Boom. You know what I mean? It's just different people out here, man. I can't stress that enough. All right, guys, we're almost at downtown Provo. When I get to downtown Provo, I'll walk around a little bit and we can talk a little. I am driving, so I can't really read back too many messages. Right, yeah, different people out here. Different people. In Florida, the cops don't let kids hang out. Car meets get shut down all the time. And here, there's different hangouts here too. Today's a Sunday night, and there's hangouts in the city. You know what I mean? But in Florida, one, the cops would shut it down, and two, somebody would end up getting shot by the end of the night. Car meets are awesome. You know what I mean? Now, there's a car club in Montgomery that must have been 100 deep. It's one of my first videos when I came to Alabama. I was driving around Montgomery, and there must have been 100 cars deep. They're all Chevy Impalas and Malibus. It was like a Chevy club, you know what I mean? So we're almost to downtown Prattville, guys. I see they put up some lights here. Another Little Caesars. That's the second Little Caesars. So anyways, we're almost to downtown Prattville. You can't have car clubs in Florida like that. The cops in Florida will come and shut that down. Here in Alabama, like, the cops let you do it. That's good. Kids can actually hang out on a Sunday. That's why kids don't end up, all, I don't know. Like if we were growing up in Florida, if there were places you can go hang out like that, they're not getting drugged or doing stupid stuff. You got a hangout spot. You can go there and hang out. You know what I mean? Out here, don't think this is a dead place. There's life out here, and the young kids can actually do a lot. There's I would have loved to grow up like this. It's a wholesome place. It's more clean, more small town. Prattville, even though it's got 50,000 people, it still feels like a small town type of place. You know what I mean? Like in Florida, the other thing about Florida is, like, people in Florida act hard. So, like, if that was in Florida, most likely they would have not been that cool with me. They would have been like, "Hey, cut. Hey, man, you got that camera? You the police or something?" Like, that's the way they would have handled that in Florida. Like, but I don't know. We're in downtown Prattville now. There's a few little historic houses here on this block, and then the next block is downtown. We'll pull up in downtown and see what's going on in downtown Prattville. But yeah, I love it out here. I'm not gonna lie. I like Prattville a lot. I like Prattville. Prattville and Wetumpka are good cities. Millbrook, where I'm at, is a little bit more politicking. I like it here because it's more chill. Like here, I like Prattville and I like Wetumpka. Prattville is better for young people, and then Wetumpka is better for more like refined, more serious older people. Let's see what's going on. And there's kids hanging out here too. You know what I mean? Like, there's several places where kids hang out here at night. I love that. Like, I would rather know that the kids were hanging out in a spot downtown than like not know where they're at. Period. You know what I mean? I feel like if kids have a hangout like that they're not gonna be out doing stupid stuff. They have a place where they can go and hang out with their friends. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like a normal thing. Like that's the way it's supposed to be. You know. But if the cops shut down all the meets, then where are the kids gonna hang out? You know. Florida, I don't know what it is about Florida, man. Like I said, like that right there, you couldn't do that in Florida. I was shooting in my own backyard. You can't do that in Florida. I was burning a fire pit. You can't do that in Florida. Like 1,000 things that we do here in Alabama to have fun, just to have a good time. You can't do none of that stuff in Florida because it's considered, you know, whatever, you know. Obviously, it's a Sunday in Alabama, so don't tell me it's dead. This is what downtown Prattville looks like. It is dead. I know it's dead. It's Alabama on a Sunday. You're supposed to be going to church, not out till 11 o'clock at night. Don't tell me it's dead. I know it's dead. I'm actually going to use the stabilizer while we're out here. I'm going to use a stabilizer real quick. I'm not going to use a stabilizer. It looks retarded. I'm just not going to use it at all. Let's just walk without it. Whenever it lets me. All right, y'all. Katie, when will you do another stream like Friday? Oh, I see how it is. So now the live streams are all about Katie, huh? Okay, you can actually smell the paper mill plant, and it smells horrible. Ugh, it smells pretty nasty out here. Y'all want Katie, huh? Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Katie should do more live streams herself. She should just do her own live streams. I don't know why, just in case she don't do it. She should just do her own live streams. You know what I mean? Like, just do her own thing. It does not... It smells like bad weed. It smells pretty bad. Now, you don't always smell it, but... Like in Selma, you can smell it really bad for some reason. Here, you can smell it in Prattville. In Millbrook, twice I've been able to smell it. Now, it's a big paper plant, so... It is pretty much, you can smell it. You know what I mean? But anyways, this is downtown Prattville on a Sunday. So don't tell me it's dead. It's during COVID. On a Sunday, it's raining, and it's 11 o'clock at night. Paper pulp smells horrendous. It really does. But it provides a lot of work for a lot of people here, so they put up with it. And you don't always smell it. This is the first time I've been in Prattville where you can smell it. I'm actually going to let this car pass. Yeah. I hear kids screaming over there. Sometimes weed's so strong you can't smell it outside. Okay. So yes, you can smell the paper mill today. Usually you cannot smell it. It's a rare thing when you can smell it, I think. Sometimes it's stronger than others. So this is Prattville. I mean, I'm going to guess there's kids hanging around the back. There usually are. So down there, there's you can hear the water crashing over there. I love where I live, man. That's all I can say. I love where I live. It's been a while since I come to Prattville, too. It's been, I haven't been here since probably the last time we did a live stream here. There's no reason to come here unless you're actually, like, hanging out or whatever. Oh, I know the last time I was here when Katie's mom came to visit us. This is giving me downtown Naples vibes. It's not downtown Naples is bigger, way more elegant, way more, what's probably the right term? Yeah, you can't compare this to downtown Naples. I mean, Naples downtown has the beach. Here you just have a little creek flowing through it. You know what I mean? This is definitely, well, I can't even say it's more charming than downtown Naples. Downtown Naples is a gem. It really is. And it's not Naples. I mean, downtown Naples, the average house is well over $1 million. I mean, it's actually not that cold tonight. It's probably in the upper 60s. Mid 60s, I don't know. It's definitely not cold. So don't think that Alabama winters are brutal. You know, when I came from Florida, everybody was like, "Oh, the winter." It ain't that bad. You know what I mean? It really ain't that bad. Honestly, it's actually pleasant. I'm probably going to miss the winter when the summer comes around. How about that? Here's the water flowing. It's actually pretty clear. But this is the back, and there's usually kids hanging out here. But I guess tonight there's nobody hanging out here. I guess the other spot took it over. But yeah, small town feel, man. I don't think you can compare this to downtown Naples. Downtown Naples is much more elegant, has much more historic buildings. Except for here, you have over there, you have the Daniel Pratt thing that was built in the 1800s, and I think the oldest building in Naples is probably late 1800s at best. So there's less really old buildings in Naples. Very different. You can't compare Prattville to Naples, undoubtedly. I mean, Naples is just as fancy gets. I mean, a house in downtown Naples will probably set you back $3 million. You know, crap. There's empty lots. Empty lots in downtown Naples are selling for something like. Okay, so normally there's kids hanging out back here, and when the kids hang out, the cops hang out with the kids because it's behind the police station. So that over there is a police station. So sometimes kids hang out behind the police station. So that lets you know how cool a place it is. You know what I mean? When the kids hang out behind the police station. The city recently bought this piece of land for $75,000. I believe it was like $75,000. So this little empty lot here sold for $75,000. If this was an empty lot, a commercial empty lot in downtown Naples, would probably sell for $3 million or who knows what. The summer hit different, yeah. But anyways, just showing you guys what it looks like out here. Interesting what they've done here. So yeah, the city recently bought this little chunk of land. Something like $75,000. They want more than that. And there's 2 rows. I guess they don't have this side lit up yet. They only have one side. It's a charming little town. It really ain't bad at all. It really ain't bad at all. Look at the squatted Toyotas. Oh man, it's either the Toyotas or the Yukons. I'm going to be one of the New Yorkers that's moving to Alabama and not Florida. Awesome. Now I'm telling you, like, you can't compare Naples to, but you gotta be, honestly, you just gotta be a millionaire. That's all. Police right there. But there's kids hanging out, you know what I mean? Like, it's so small town amazing. It is. By the way, I thought they moved to Charleston. Yeah. So, it's so nice out here. I like the weather more. Now, I couldn't do no Kentucky or New York or Chicago weather. That's a whole different thing. But the winters here have been mild. The Christmas decorations there make my town look bad. We don't have them that here. Yeah, and actually, I believe they usually do bigger than this. From what I've heard from the locals is they usually do bigger Christmas. Christmas is big around here, as expected for a southern place. Naples does the palm trees, and don't get me wrong, downtown Naples, but you just can't compare it. Like, a house here in Prattville is $150,000. A house in downtown Naples. A house in downtown Naples is something like 10 times that. So it's not obtainable for a normal person. For a normal person, this is obtainable. Like, you could literally buy a house a mile from here for $120,000. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love it. I'm not gonna complain. The thing about Alabama, especially if you're coming from New York, Cooper, Charleston is in South Carolina. Yes, the people in South Carolina, I think, are friendlier than in Alabama, from what I remember on my last trip to South Carolina. Yeah, rich people ruined Florida. They really did. And the thing is, if you're moving to Alabama, the first few months are going to be very difficult because you have to learn an entire different culture. Respect is very important. It's yes, sir, no, ma'am. When you do business with people, I'm going to eventually make a video on how to do business in Alabama. I think it merits a video because I see a lot of people that come from like other places. They'll come from like New York or Kentucky or Florida, and they have a very hard go at it at first. Because here in Alabama, business is different. If somebody tells you a price here, that's their price. Usually. Okay, you can ask them, are you flexible? And they'll say yes or no. If they say no, that's their price. And especially when it comes to labor. I mean, if you're buying something, the thing is, like, people here will quite literally, like, if they feel like you're acting like a Yankee, they will literally not talk to you. You're done. Like, they'd rather not sell you a car, which is ridiculous. When I first got here, I was like, dude, you're being an idiot. I'd buy this car off you. I'm going to buy a car. I have cash money. And that doesn't matter to the people here. So don't think because you have money, you can buy people here. You know, like, that means nothing to people. See, I don't say yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, and I get looked at as rude in southern states. You're going to have to learn it. You're going to have to learn it. Like, I don't like doing it. Me and Katie were like, oh, hey, move your butt over there, and blah, blah, blah. That's the way we talk to each other, because that's the way we are. We don't consider it rude, but if other people consider it rude, then you're going to have to make some adjustments. So you will have to make adjustments with how you talk to people, with, the way you act and all that in public. You're going to have to make those adjustments. That's not really optional. You know what I mean? You're going to have to make the adjustments. Otherwise, you're not going to last too long. You know, people, you're gonna run into, like, you won't even be able to get somebody to cut your grass, basically. You know what I mean? It's a different type of person out here. And you just got to get used to it. And actually, after you get used to it, and it's actually a good thing because it works both ways. See, at first when you move down to Alabama, you're buying a house, you're buying services, you're buying everything, right? So you're going to feel that everything's against you. When you first move down here, you're going to feel like the world's against you. You know what I mean? But once you've been here for a while, then you're going to start working, and then you're going to see, oh, it benefits you. For example, like when I first moved down here, I couldn't get anybody to work for me because I was going about it all wrong. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't even explain it. Like, now that I've been here long enough, now I'm the one providing services to people. So when somebody calls me and they're from Atlanta, let's say, and they're like a big city person, and they're like, well, I'm willing to pay you $200. I'm like, no. You're going to pay my price, and if you don't like my price, you hang up on them. And that's the way we do business here. Like, so a lot of people, like, that move from Atlanta or from other states, there's a lot of people moving out of Atlanta coming to Alabama. And the vast majority of them probably aren't going to last here too long because they don't understand how you do business here. Like, they feel that they can just, like, get everything for cheap. No, dude. You got your house for $100,000. Your house should have been 5 times that. You already saved. Why is the lights on my SUV? You already saved $500,000 with your house purchase. You know what I mean? If you're coming from New York, you're going to save 40% on your taxes or something. You know what I mean? You're saving left and right. Where you're not going to save money in Alabama is paying labor for people. Like, back in Florida, people were just abusing me. Like, they wouldn't pay me enough. And I had to do it because there was, if I didn't do it, somebody else would do it. Here, if I don't do it, nobody else would do it. You got to use my service no matter what. I'm the junk guy. You know what I mean? And the septic guy, he's the septic guy. And the water heater guy, he's the water heater guy. So everybody has, since it's a small town place, everybody has their job. You know what I mean? And that's their price. If you don't like the price, find somebody else. Oh, there is nobody else. You might want to shut up and just take my price then. You know what I mean? Anyways, doing business, I'm going to have to do a video about it. I'm kind of going on a rant right now. But anyways, eventually I'll do a nice little video for you guys that explains how to do business in Alabama. Because it does merit a little bit of attention, especially if you're moving here. At first, like I said, you're going to find it a little bit odd. You're going to find it a little bit frustrating. But in the long run, you'll find out that it's actually a much more civilized and humane and respectful business transaction. Like, there's more dignity here. Like, somebody, like, the big city people have the mindset of, I got money, you want my money, so you got to do whatever I want. Out here, it's more like, find another guy to change that water heater for you. So here, it's not the person with money who's got the power. It's the person who's providing the service that's got the power. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, it ain't where you're from, it's how you act, exactly. So I'm from Florida. I'm from Naples, Florida, the snobbiest place in Florida. And my mannerisms are actually, I'm a well-mannered person. I have to say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir to everybody? I don't have to. A lot of the young kids here don't do it. They think it's not cool. They think it's outdated. So, like, a lot of the young kids here, you'll notice that the young kids here, like the next generation growing up here, has no interest. Like when these kids that are growing up now, when they're older, they're gonna be a bunch of snobs, basically. You know what I mean? Like the current generation, let's say from 18 years and under here in Alabama, this next generation that's coming up in Alabama, they're gonna be New Yorkers. They're gonna be big city snobs. Because if you're at the store, like they don't have that respect about them. Anybody like from 18 years old and anything like 18 and older, they do have the yes sir, the no ma'am. They're a different respect level. But the last, let's say, anybody 18 and younger, they don't have that Southern hospitality. They're a bunch of little snobby kids, basically. Because they've grown up, they're the first generation of Alabamians that have had all the comforts of city life. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying. But yeah, like there's a difference between a 22-year-old Alabamian and a 16-year-old. A 22-year-old is going to say, yes, sir, no, ma'am, blah, blah, blah. They're very respectful. I mean, extraordinarily respectful. I mean, like opening doors for people and stuff. You know what I mean? And then like a 16-year-old kid around here will walk you over you, you know? So the next generation of kids from around here, definitely they haven't taken the Southern hospitality thing. It's a dying breed, basically. Unless you go way out, and like to the type of places you ain't going to move to if you're coming from out of state. Jose, why are you talking about me? Koopa the Trooper, what's up, man? You on dot with that. What's up, Koopa the Trooper? Am I right or wrong? I'm Koopa the Trooper, man. What's up? How you doing tonight, brother? I'm glad to hear from you. They gotta ride a skateboard. I don't even know what they're doing. I love to see like how many young kids are out and about here. I love that. Like another thing here too. Like here, like I don't know. I feel a lot safer. I think sometimes. You were born in 1999. Oh man, you're young. What? That's crazy. I thought you were older and everything. See, I was Alexis. I was already talking to you with respect and everything. See what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, the rich folks in Ruin, Florida. I live in Brevard for 25 years. You know what I'm talking about. I couldn't stand living in Florida anymore. I don't have a problem with the beaches. I don't have a problem with the palm trees. I got a problem with the rude people. I can't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, when I'm at a Publix or something, and one of these snobby little people just says the wrong thing to me, I feel like I'm going to snap. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it no more. Florida, the people that have been coming from all these other places ruined it. That's just the truth. I don't have a problem with Florida. I love Florida. It's the people that moved there that ruined it for me. You know what I mean? Melbourne, Palm Bay area, yep. And that area hasn't been hit like... Anyways, it's a story we've heard 1,000 times on this channel already. We kind of know what the deal is with that. You know what I mean? Look at this little car right here. Nice. Yeah. Anyways, we've heard this story 1,000 times on my channel already. You know what I mean? Like, we really have. We've heard the story 1,000 times on my channel. By the way, we're in Prattville, Alabama right now, if you're wondering where we're at. Downtown Prattville. Incorporated in the 1830s by Daniel Pratt. There's a gin factory here on the other side. You can't really see it now. There's like a waterfall. See that light right there? That's a waterfall. And you can't really see it now. I think they should put lights inside of it. Anybody watching the video work for the city of Prattville? They need to put lights inside the waterfall so that at night you can see the waterfall. You know what I mean? You need to be able to see that at night. Jose, you need to get a dunk. I know I want my dunk, bro. Hey, look. I swear to you, I've told Katie already. I'm like, baby, let's sell the Yukon. Let me get that old school. Let me get that 87. Yo, right. She's like, nuh-uh. All these little black girls already like you in the Yukon. You think you're going to get a dunk? Not a chance, Jose. Man, I got black girls hitting on me on a daily basis driving a Yukon. Imagine if I get a dunk. Them black girls will be all over me. Katie's going to have to put me on a leash. Katie's going to have to put me on a leash if I get a dunk. I really like dunks, man. And actually, you see more of them here in Alabama than you do in Florida, believe it or not. You actually see a lot more. I miss working for 7-Eleven. So I wish you guys can see this. They need to put some lights up in here so they can see the waterfall. So you can't really see it all that well, but there's a waterfall. No, do not move to Immokalee. Oh my God. Alexis, do not move to Immokalee. It is the most ghetto place on earth. Do not move to Immokalee. Immokalee's a good place to visit. Oh, you can kind of see the waterfall. You can kind of see it. Yeah, do not move to Immokalee. Immokalee is 80% illegals. See how I'm walking around at night here? You will not be able to walk around at night in Immokalee. You will get robbed. Hands down. Unless you're... And by the way, in Immokalee, if you're not Mexican or Haitian, you are in trouble. In Immokalee, you got to be Haitian or Mexican. If you're white, you're going to get robbed on, like, this little walk that I did here in Immokalee. You got to be out of your mind. You see how everywhere you see kids that are little teenagers hanging around by themselves? You won't catch teenagers outside in Immokalee because the girls, they get abused. They'll get kidnapped. You don't want to be in Immokalee. It's a bad place. Yeah, you don't want to be in Immokalee. Trust me. This is the most majestic thing I've ever seen. The waterfall at night. And back there, that building was built in the 1830s. That's the gin factory right there. Eric, what's up, brother? But thank you so much. Aaron, not Eric. Aaron, Eve. Thank you so much. Anyways, this is so amazing to feel the wind. When it snows here, can you imagine when it snows here how beautiful this is going to be when it snows? By the way, guys, it is December. Immokalee is terrible. Absolutely terrible. You see how I'm walking around here at night? In Immokalee, you only see male walking around. You will never, ever, rarely, ever see a female out at night in Immokalee because they get victimized. You understand the type of place it is? Immokalee, you can't walk around at night. See how I'm walking around at night here? Male, you see like little 15, 16-year-old girls walking around here? In Immokalee, you'll never see that. They'll get victimized. You understand? It's mostly, man, this is so majestic to be here. People travel in groups, exactly. Even males in Immokalee travel in groups. I wish they would put lights inside the water so you can see the waterfall. That would be amazing. They need to do that. I want to come here when it snows. This has got to be gorgeous when it snows. So far, it hasn't snowed yet. There's a lot of human trafficking in Immokalee. 80%, I think it's only 6% white. It's only about 6% white. It's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm a Latino, but I'll tell you what. When you have a community that's 75% Latino, it's not always a good one. Not every single Latin community is like that. There's amazing Latino communities. In Miami-Dade County, there's a lot of good Latino communities. There's Latino communities that are the best places to live in Florida. But Immokalee's not it, trust me, you know? And I'm a Latino saying that, right? So if I'm a Latino saying it, why would I talk bad about my own people? By the way, I love Immokalee. It's a place that I have memories in. I love to visit it, but I would definitely not recommend you move there. By the way, what work are you going to do in Immokalee? There's no work in Immokalee. Picking tomatoes and picking oranges, basically? What work is there in Immokalee? There's no work in Immokalee. They do need people, actually. They do need people for services like restaurants and stuff. But then you got drunk people coming in harassing you. If you're a female, it's horrible. It really is. It's not a place you want to live. It really isn't. It's 80% illegals, probably. I don't know, something like that. It's bad. It's not where you, trust me. Like, see how we're walking around here at night? I have walked around in a lot of places at night that, like, people would say you've lost your mind. I don't walk around in Immokalee at night. Trust me. Not one you want to do. Anyways, yeah, please don't move to Immokalee. You would just, especially if you're coming from, you said upstate New York, you ain't ready for that life. Look at this. This is like perfect small town USA. I don't get people's fascination with Florida. I really don't, man. There's an old song from Pitbull. Now, this is before he went like disco, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about disco Pitbull. I'm talking about Pitbull like from when he first started, you know what I mean? You know, Pitbull, he kind of sold out. He went from, I'm a Cuban from Miami, a Cuban man. And then he ended up like, you know, with, I don't know. You guys know what happened to Pitbull. He got gentrified. Anyways, yeah. Brunswick, you know, the only area that I like in that little area, South Carolina, St. Mary's, Georgia. Look into St. Mary's, Georgia. St. Mary's, Georgia, and Kingsland, Georgia are two towns I really considered. If there had been something interesting on the real estate, I would have definitely done that area. This is interesting. It's like a light tunnel. You could kind of lose. Wouldn't this be a cool place to do a music video? This would be the type of place you could do a music video. My friend moved into Immokalee from New York. I would never do that. I don't know. I mean, it's not as trashy as like Kensington and Philadelphia or something, but it's definitely still Immokalee. I'm gonna sit down right here. There's like no cars coming. If there's a car coming, I'll move out of the way. Oh, it's wet. Oh, well, I'm already wet. Makes no difference. So if a car comes, I'll get out of the way. Yeah. I got my butt wet by sitting here, but I will. Nothing about it now. If a car comes, I'll move out of the way, but I doubt it. Doesn't seem like there's anybody coming through here at all. Kensington is horrendous from PA, yeah. So Immokalee is not as bad as Kensington, but it's definitely not a place you want to move to. I don't get people's fascination with moving to Florida. I don't get people's fascination with moving to Florida. And she's not black or Hispanic. I'm moving to Alabama anyway, though. Yeah, I don't really get people's... Like, I get if you're coming from, like, upstate New York or Buffalo or Syracuse, how you could think Immokalee is great, but there's a world out there, trust me. There's a whole... I've traveled the entire scope of Florida over the years. Not, like, recently, but anything from Tallahassee this way, I've explored it continually. I mean, just watch my videos. I've been all over Florida. I think I've missed... I've probably, at some point or another, been at every place in Florida, probably. Even, like, the most obsolete places. I'm not talking main roads. I'm talking, like, back roads, all that stuff, man. And, if Florida was more affordable, I could understand it making sense. But it's like California. California is probably the best place to live in the country. But when you look at taxes, and you look at income, and you look at housing, then it's no longer that. And that's the factors that when I look at Florida, I'm just like, okay, like we could have bought a house in Ocala. We came to Alabama like 4 or 5 months ago. We wanted to stay in Florida. The only thing we could afford in the entire state of Florida was a house in the hood in Ocala, which the realtor wouldn't even show in the nighttime or in the evening. She says we had to show it at 10 in the morning. Which to me, it's just like red light. Why won't you show it in the afternoon? Probably because the realtor was afraid to go into that neighborhood in the evening. That's why she only wanted to show it in the morning. On the map in Immokalee, it's just a dot in Immokalee and Collier County. No, there's probably 40,000 people in Immokalee. By the way, there's no Publix in Immokalee. No Publix. It's in the richest county in Florida. There's 40,000 people there, and there's no Publix. No Publix. Here in Prattville, we got a Publix. Montgomery, Alabama has like 3 Publixes, I think, at least. I don't know. I've seen Publixes all over Montgomery. Alabama has Publix. I'm sure there's Publix in Birmingham. Yeah, in the Birmingham area, there's Publix. Prattville, the city we're in right now, there's a Publix here. There's no Publix. No Publix in Immokalee. They say the population is like 25,000. Trust me, it's at least 40,000. Red flag. When a place doesn't have a Publix, that's a red flag. On the map, yeah. When a place doesn't have a Publix, something wrong with you. Do you want to find if a place is decent enough if people can afford to buy a food at Publix? If there ain't no Publix in your town, something wrong with it. Yeah, there's also a Regions Bank here. Lots of them. There is no Bank of America in Alabama. I'll explain to you why. By the way, I'm sitting on the road, basically. Nobody's came through here yet. Then I have a friend in St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg is a place you want to visit, okay? It's not a place you want to live. St. Petersburg has one of the biggest downtowns in Florida, most restaurants, most bars, biggest downtown. St. Petersburg is a place to vacation or visit. Place to live? Probably not. Not a place to live. Publix has a buy one, get one free deal. Yeah. Yeah, if a city doesn't have a Publix, there's something wrong. Why doesn't Immokalee have... Oh, wait. Ave Maria, 5 miles outside of Immokalee. If you don't know about Ave Maria, it's like a giant city they built. And it's all Catholics there. I think the starting price on a home is something like $480,000 or something ridiculous. There's a Publix in Ave Maria. What's that tell you? Ave Maria with 3,000 people or something, a new city they built, just south of Immokalee. Ave Maria with 3,000 people has a Publix. Immokalee with like 40,000. Look at the cat, look at the cat, look at the cat, look at the cat. Look at the cat. Wrong kitty. There's a cat right there. Anyways, yo, make sure y'all hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Collier County is expensive, and trust me, St. Petersburg is one of the most hostile and segregated places in Florida. I would not recommend St. Pete to live. I would recommend it definitely a good place to vacation, not a good place to live. Your videos were eye-opening. Being from the north, I had no idea how bad certain areas in Florida were. Watch your videos. I'm considering moving to Florida. Yeah. I'm just being real. And anyways, I'm not like Naples, where I used to live. I've helped a lot of people move to Naples since I left Naples. I ain't lying to you. I'm just being honest. If you got money, like you tell me right now, hey, Jose, I'm moving to Naples. I got $800,000 in the bank. Go for it. You'll have a great time. If you tell me I'm moving to Naples, I got $20,000 in the bank, I'm going to be like, not a good look. So I'm just being real with y'all. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just giving y'all the truth, man. Because like 95% of YouTubers are realtors. And what are they trying to do? Sell your house. They ain't going to tell you the truth about moving nowhere. You know what I mean? They ain't going to tell you the truth. 95% of the people making videos about Florida are realtors. Okay, apparently there's houses in Ave Maria for less. You know, there's houses in Ave Maria for $240 according to Katie, but those houses, I'm poor, barely making it in New York. Yeah, Alexis, trust me, if you are poor, you do not want to move to Florida. Florida's a place you go to once you've already got the money. Once you've got the money, go there. It's a place to retire. If you don't have money, come to Alabama. It'll do better. And by the way, look, let me tell you something. And I would tell anybody the same thing. If you were my friend, I would tell you this. By the way, you're all my friends, but just so you understand this. You're from New York. If you're barely making it in the place you're from, what makes you think you're going to make it somewhere else? If you can't make it in New York, you sure ain't going to make it in Florida. If you ain't making it in Ohio or Pennsylvania, you sure ain't going to make it in Florida. Huntsville is legit. It's booming. Huntsville is booming. I went to Huntsville, and I like the area where I live at more. Now, most people would say Huntsville's better. Madison, definitely nice. But me, I don't vote. I don't do politics. But I like that it's a conservative area because it's country. People are more simple. I like that. I like it more here. And I don't vote. I'm not into politics. But I do like the fact that it's small town. By the way, if you're coming to Alabama, if you're making the decision between Florida and you're like on the wall about it, if you got money, don't be afraid to move to Florida. If you got like $200,000-$300,000, you could probably move to Florida and be all right. If you got like less than I mean, I had $100,000 and I left. I left Florida with $110,000. $110,000 in the bank. We left Florida. My life immediately improved because I was able to get cheaper housing. I was able to get more stuff from my household. I was able to have a little savings. I was able to just kind of breathe once I got out of Florida. In Florida, $100,000, I was nothing. In Alabama, with $100,000, I got girls hitting on me at the gas station because they think I'm a rich boy. So I went from being a toilet wipe in Florida to being a big they call me, what do they call me in my neighborhood? A ballin' boss is what they call me here. And I looked it up, and it's a prison term for somebody who gets a lot of commissary. Okay, so apparently, like when you go to prison, if you get a lot of commissary, they call you a ballin' boss. And that's what people around here have been calling me. Oh, you're a ballin' boss, man. And it's a prison slang that means you get a lot of commissary, like you're always eating. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I live in Minor Hill, Tennessee, but drive to Athens, Alabama for work. There's nothing of jobs in Minnow Mill. Yeah. What do you think about Athens? I hear good things about Athens. I've driven through there, but I haven't really looked at it well because it's kind of off the highway there on 65. I like Madison on the other side. I know that they're paying $15 an hour to do construction, starting at $15 an hour to do construction in Athens. I see it on Facebook all the time. I'm moving to Alabama, probably Huntsville, because it's really affordable. Yeah, Huntsville is affordable. And the hoods there, I drove around the hoods there. They're not that bad. If you're able to get into Madison, I don't know what your budget is, but if you can get on the west side of Huntsville, pushing towards Madison or maybe Athens might be better, but it's a good area. That little area, just work there. So, yeah. Good jobs, too. Yeah, good jobs. So, yeah, you'll do all right there. In Prattville, where I'm at, where we're at right now, Prattville, this is good. Now, I don't live in Prattville. I live in Millbrook next to it. Prattville. You'll do all right in Prattville if you can find. I think in Millbrook, where I live, there's apartments for $600 a month. Yeah, not bad at all. But, yeah. You know. It's nice out here. The temperature's perfect. The breeze is kind of blowing through here. I'm kind of standing on a road, really. I'm sitting down on the side of a road, really. But there's been 2 cars pass by, and there's not really a lot of traffic here. It's a Sunday in Alabama. Yeah, so if you're thinking about Alabama, I would recommend you look into, if you're going to rent, Auburn's not a bad option at all. Auburn, you'll do good. If you're going to rent and you're young, Auburn. Check out the videos I did in Auburn. If you're looking to rent, Auburn's not it's a horrible place to buy because it's expensive to buy. But if you're looking to rent affordably, Look into Auburn. Look into Huntsville, Madison, and Prattville. Those cities, you'll do all right. Florida, I wouldn't recommend any of it, to be honest. I really wouldn't. The rents are too. They want $1,400 for an apartment in Ocala. Are you kidding me, man? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but if you tell me I got $400,000, I'd say go move anywhere you want in Florida. Pick one. But if you're just a regular working class person, you ain't gonna make it. I'm telling you. Where I'm at, it's -18. Wouldn't like to be here. Oh my gosh. Where are you at right now? That's -18. That is horrible. No, right now it's comfortable here in Alabama. It's like in the 60s. I think it's probably 60 degrees here. And this is coming from a New Yorker. Florida is overrated. Very overrated. Wow, dude, for real, 18 below. I wish you were in Alabama right now. They ain't many drive areas. Inslee, yeah. North Dakota, what? Shum, what did you think about what you saw in Alabama? Tell me more. What were your thoughts on Alabama? I'm curious. You know, North Dakota is so different. Obviously, North Dakota is much more beautiful. But then you loved it? Yeah. Yeah, it's something else up here, man. I'm telling you. People were polite. Yes, they are polite. I've been trying to tell you that. Let's get moving, guys. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, people are polite. The weather is very mild. Another thing about Florida is the heat and humidity. You know, Katie, poor girl, couldn't even go outside in Florida with the heat and humidity. You know, she's from Michigan. Her skin's really soft, and she wasn't doing very well. It is Sunday. I got to work tomorrow, so let's drive back to my neighborhood. I want to drive back to my neighborhood real quick. But I promise you guys, this is pretty much the only chance I get to live stream anymore. I wonder what makes people pack up their bags and ignore good states like Alabama and say I'm moving to Florida. I'll tell you why. Their ego and their pride. Most people would say, oh, Alabama. I would never move to Alabama. That is so beneath me. Okay. You're too good for this right here? Most people would say, let's be honest. And the other thing is, it's the perception that people have about Alabama. People have a perception that it's trashy, that it's blah, 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 that it's backwards. But I'll tell you this. Florida, and anybody who's been to Florida a lot and been to Alabama a lot will tell you, Florida is much more dangerous and much more trashy than Alabama. In a lot of Florida towns, see what we're doing here, where we're just hanging out this late at night. A lot of places in Florida, somebody would have already came up to us and begged us for $1 or something. You know what I mean? So, look at this. Look at this, man. It's just a little quiet little town. And this is a city of 50,000 people. You know what I mean? Good Ion wants Alabama turning into Texas. I hope it doesn't turn into Texas. It will grow. There's no doubt Alabama's going to grow. But it's about attracting the right type of people and letting people know that if they come to Alabama, that we're not going to tolerate that garbage here. And a lot of these people from Alabama, like I'm telling you, if you come from New York or whatever, you better learn how to be polite. You can't be rushing people in traffic. I know a lot of people that I've met here recently. They're coming from other places. And I can tell you, they are not going to make it. I'm going to take a screenshot. Real quick, done. Save the photo. Sorry, y'all. It's so pretty, I want to take a picture. This is normal for small towns in upstate New York, yeah. It's just maybe like in the 1600s or the 1800s. I looked at Katie's pedigree, and she had the same last name on a few sides of her family. Her family's from Kentucky. But back then, you have to understand, like these were communities where it's 2020. That's not happening here anymore. that used to happen, in other time periods when, like you lived in a small town and everybody in that town's family. And by the way, here's places here in Alabama where like an entire neighborhood will all be the same family. You know what I mean? So if you're going to date somebody, you got to go outside the neighborhood. You can't date somebody from a neighborhood because you're all family. That's a normal thing, but that's not really happening like that. Northeast Kentucky, maybe Northeast Kentucky, I'm not sure if that's still happening. It's definitely not happening like that here. And by the way, I don't mean to be offensive, but telling me, like, I'm an Alabama person, or somebody that's, especially somebody that's a native from here, even more to a native that's from here, okay? Oh, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, like yeah, exactly. You own a 61 Plymouth, you say yes, sir, yes, ma'am, you'll be all right. When you do business, it's where you really have to be careful. I'm going to do a video soon that's going to teach you guys all the ins and outs of Southern life, like the real stuff, like how you should behave, what you should and shouldn't do. I'm going to make a video that's going to be like a guide to Southern hospitality, okay? And Southern business and all that. I'm going to make a video for you guys, a very specific video that's going to be like an instruction course on how to, when you move here, how you should behave. Because I do feel that if you don't get that right, you're going to end up going back to wherever you came from, because you're going to have a very hard time. And once you get a reputation for being a Yankee, then you've kind of... And even if you are a Yankee, you should probably say you're from Virginia or Kentucky or something. You don't want to say you're from New York. I'll make a video explaining all that later. Not to say there's local people that are from here that are they're complete snobs. Don't get me wrong. We have Karens here in Alabama, but you don't want to be that person. Because that person, you don't want to be that person. So I'll make an instructional video eventually explaining all of that stuff. I'm going to actually make a video, like a real nice made video for all that. Because it is important that you understand all that stuff. I'll break it all down for you. And I came from the city, so I'm going to give you guys the gold. I mean, like the gold. Southern slang 101. Nobody says what you going to do. They say what you fixing to do. Yeah, what are you fixing? We fixing to do this, that. I say I'm from Florida. Yeah, you want to say you're from Florida, or you want to say you're from Virginia. Now, they know the difference between a Floridian. They're not stupid, okay? They know when you're a Yankee. They can smell you from a mile away. So you want to say you're from Florida or you're from Virginia. There's a lot of Yankees here, but I'm sorry. Let's just say that. There's a lot of people from northern states. I've been here too long. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people here from northern states, okay? There's a lot of people here from northern states. There are a lot. I don't want to leave. I'm telling you, it's just a good time that I don't want to leave. I know I need to start driving back to the house, but I'm so chill right now that I just want to chill here. There's a lot of people from northern states here, and they don't say they're from northern states. Like, I know a few people here, they say they're from Virginia. Bro, I lived in Florida. I know, I meet somebody, I can just, by the way you talk, the clothes you wear, I already know you're from Boston, you're from New York, you're from Chicago, you're from Indiana, you're from Wisconsin, you're from Minnesota. You're from Minnesota. You can't hide that. Besides, your accent's going to give you up anyways. They can tell by my accent. They won't believe me because of my accent. Exactly. You're from New York. No, not me, bro. Not me. They'll know if you're from New York. Trust me, they will. That's hilarious. They will. Hey, I'm not from New York. I'm from Miami. They'll know you're from New York. They will. But anyways, your accent's going to give you... Even me, my accent gives me up. And Florida really ain't that different from Alabama. And we have Florida hicks. I know how to talk like a Florida country boy, but Florida country and Alabama country are two totally different dialects. So just because I know how to talk like a Florida country boy, I don't know how to talk like an Alabama country boy. So, the accent gives me up every single time. I couldn't fake it. Like, everybody here tells me, you know you're not from around here. And I'm trying to catch the accent. So, yeah, you'll get figured out. They'll figure you out for sure. They'll figure you out for sure. I wonder if there's a portable bathroom out here somewhere. Or there's a city water fountain over here somewhere. But anyways, yeah, they'll figure you out. Pulaski, Tennessee. That's a city that I want to visit for a historical purpose. Just to say I've been there. There's like these little benches here. Can you imagine walking around Immokalee at night like I'm doing right now? Oh my gosh, I'm going to do it. Next time I go to Immokalee, next time I'm in Florida, I'm going to go to Immokalee and do a walk around at night. I've got to do that. Like a live stream from Immokalee. Like live stream a walk through Immokalee. I've got to do it. Definitely have to do it. Well, anyways. Governor Mamie needs to hop in this live stream. Governor. You know, I used to have a guy. He watches my videos from time to time. And he's actually a state representative for Kentucky, I believe. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it means something. Anyways, the guy's a state representative of Kentucky, whatever that means. I don't know. I think that's what his title is. But yeah, he would always be on our channel, like constantly. Hello. Yeah, he would always be on the channel. I think it was a state representative from Kentucky. Yeah, there are some interesting people that watch my videos. I think he's probably the most infamous person. I wouldn't say infamous, but I would say famous, or a person of stature. I don't know what the right term would be. You know, most prestigious might be a better term. So the most prestigious person who watched my video. Don't know his name, but he comments in the videos. He likes my videos. So if I ever get arrested in Alabama, I guess that's the guy I'll say, hey man, come get me out of prison. Because here it's like, they say like if you get arrested here, you got to know somebody to get out or something. I don't know how that works. Those lights are so nice. What a cool town. It really is a neat town. And I don't celebrate Christmas, but nonetheless, it's very neat how much effort they put into this. I was in Georgia once, and everyone laughed at my accent. Oh, yeah. They sure will. So I guess different companies are able to promote their company by having a Christmas tree here. Maybe that's what it probably means. So I guess you can promote your business. I guess that's like a business thing. They can promote their business. Montgomery Cancer Center, Cobb's Health Center. So it's like your business can sponsor a Christmas tree, I guess. Something like that. You know? But notice how there's women walking around at night out here. Ain't no woman walking around at night in Fort Myers or freaking Immokalee. Are you kidding me? It's starting to rain, guys. Let's work our way back. He probably won't try it. Try what? Well, anyways, what I'm trying to tell y'all is, let's see here. So that's the police station right there, and kids hang out here. Pig guts. Ugh, no, I would not try that. Kids hang out here behind the police station. That's a cool little detail. Even on Sundays, I've seen kids hang out here, but today, it's kind of not. It's too late, probably. So let's run back to town. I wish there was a porta potty out here. I gotta go to the bathroom. Haven't seen one yet. No business are open this late. And I would pee behind that building, but it's a police station. So if I pee there and I watch the cameras, I might end up getting to stay overnight or something. Anyways, yo, it's a nice little town. I'm telling you, it's a nice little town. I would never do that. I gotta work tomorrow, y'all. You know, I gotta work tomorrow, so we gotta get back to the crib. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. I forgot. Yankees. Yes. Good baseball team. Anyways. I was talking about something. Okay, yeah, Georgia. I'm not a fan of Georgia. What I do like about Georgia is St. Mary's and Kingsland. Not as much as I like this area here. This area, it all worked out great, man. Like, and it was random luck. Like, we didn't, like, plan. We were looking at real estate. I told Katie, look, it doesn't matter where we end up. This is what we did, okay, guys? Am I recommending you do this? Absolutely not. So I'm not recommending you do this. Okay, I am not recommending you do this at all. Okay, so I'm not recommending you do this. Okay, so am I recommending that you do this? No, I'm not. Okay, not even in the least bit. But here's what I did. Exactly what Kitty just said. We just drove. We went on a realtor. We sold our house. Actually, our house wasn't even on the market anymore. We had the house on the market for like over a year and a half. And then we just took the house off the market. Well, okay, you know what? If it's not going to sell, we're just going to stay in Naples and make the best out of it, right? Then out of nowhere, one of the people that looked at the house a year earlier or something like that came around and he was like, I'll give you 105. Now, this is a single wide mobile home in a bad neighborhood, okay? And this guy offers us 105. I was like, bro, give me 110. And he said 107. We did the paperwork. We sold the house. The closing was like less than a month. Kidding, it was like 21 days or something. It was like a really fast closing, okay? So we got our 107, 500, right? We went back and forth. We wanted 110. They said 105. Finally, we did 107, 500, right? Okay. So we get our money. We started looking at houses on the internet. But what happened was we were set on leaving Naples. We were getting out of Naples. It didn't matter where we went. We wanted to do Sebring or La Belle. Sebring because we could be on the east coast of Florida or the west coast of Florida. We also wanted to do Okeechobee, but there wasn't any good options in Okeechobee. We wanted to do Ocala area a lot. We had actually seen a house in Ocala, but the house in Ocala sold like a week before we got our. Like when I called the person, I said, "Hey, you know, there's this house in Ocala that wasn't on the market, by the way. This house wasn't even on the market." What area? No, that's like that. That there, no, the city bought that. That's just an empty lot. The city bought it. If you're referring to that right there, I'm gonna head to sleep. Yeah, it's late, guys, and it's Sunday. We should be getting ready to work. I gotta go home and work. Go to sleep so I can work. See that area there? The city bought that for $75,000, I believe. The city bought it just to make it a little park for people to come. Anyways, let me start driving home, guys, because I do have to get going. Okay. I need to get home. I am so tired. Your old neighborhood. Oh, yeah, they tore down the house, man. That is ridiculous. They paid me. Okay, they paid me for the house. They paid me 107. And then they put a surveyor. And then, on top of all that, they bought the house just to knock it down. They didn't even buy it to, like, do anything with it. I to this day, I wonder what their plans really were. It didn't seem like that was a very well thought out thing. They bought the house just to knock it down, like, for real? Well, we have this little thing that holds the camera, so we'll definitely drive safely, guys, here. Like, I have this little thing that specifically, like, I'm not actually holding the phone while I'm driving. The phone actually holds itself. By the way, subscribe with notifications so when I do a live stream, you can see it. If you don't have the notifications bell turned on when I do a live stream. Anyways, let me explain this to you guys. And again, I don't know what their plans are. The zoning there only allows for houses, but I think they're onto something. If they change the zoning in Naples, at some point, if they change the zoning, being a mobile home, it ain't worth nothing. It never will be. But if they change the zoning, that piece of land will be worth $300,000 if they can change the zoning. The thing is, we've been waiting for 10 years to change the zoning, and they still won't change it, so it's like, it's pointless to keep waiting. You know what I mean? Like, it got to the point where, like, how long are we going to wait for them to change the zoning, you know? Give me a second, y'all. I gotta drink some water. Give me a second, you guys. So anyways, again, I don't recommend anybody ever do this. I did it because I'm a YouTuber, all right? And I know that there's 50,000 people watching me because I got this channel and I got my other YouTube channel. So I told Katie, look, we're making, back then we were making about $1,000 a month off YouTube, right? And that at least pays your bills. Now we're about twice that. So now, 5 months later, our YouTube's doubled in volume. So now we're good. We don't have to worry about money probably ever again. Unless YouTube changes. Unless something changes with YouTube, like internally, where they stop paying people or something. If YouTube keeps going the way it's going now, we probably will never have to ever worry about our light bill getting turned off. You know what I mean? Like, we have our house paid off. So we're much... Like, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody. But this is what we did. We get an offer on the house. We sold it. We got $107,000. Okay? We had 60 houses saved. I think it was like 66 houses saved on Realtor.com. Okay? The closing was like on a Friday or something. I can't remember what day the closing was. But the day before the closing, we left. We left the day before closing. And we only had like $300 in the bank because we had like $2,000, but our washing machine broke. You know, like how life is. You know, you're going to give them the house. Now, I didn't know they knocked it down. I didn't know they were going to knock it down. But here, my dumb Jose, I spent like $2,000 getting the house in order. By the way, if you have any question, Katie can answer it. I'm driving, so I can't be reading right now. But if you have a question, Katie is on here. She can answer it. That's my wife. Saxby's is so good, better than Chick-fil-A. I love Saxby's. I've been doing it a lot lately. So we get our money for the house sale. I wish I could pee somewhere, man. I haven't seen a single porta potty. We got our money. We had 66 houses saved. Most of the houses were in Alabama, a few in Georgia, and a few in North Florida. So we left. We put everything on my trailer, and we put a tarp over it. Because my trailer, it's not even... Actually, there's a documentary on my channel on our move. If you go back, you'll see where the Alabama videos start and where the Florida videos end. And that'll let you know, let's say 4 to 5 months ago, we actually recorded our whole entire move. So you can actually watch a documentary about that. Actually, I'm going to watch it because I'm feeling nostalgic. Well, anyways, there's a video about this whole thing on my channel. And we recorded this video like as we did it. It's like the most raw thing you're ever going to see on YouTube. I don't know why it hasn't got more views, but it's a raw video of what we did. We had like 66 houses saved, I believe, on Realtor. The one in Sebring, we packed our stuff before we even got the money. Okay, we were in Alabama in a hotel with $300 in the bank when the money from the house sale hit our bank account. You understand what we did? We left Florida with $600. Now, I had 4 or 5 people who told me, Jose, if you need me to wire you $1,000, we'll do it for you. I had like 5 or 6 people who told me, Jose, you know, if you need money, let me know and I'll wire you money. Okay, like 5 or 6 people offered me if I needed to have them wire me money, they would. Because we left Florida with like $700 in the bank or something. On the way here, we had a bunch of trouble. You know, stuff happened with the car. Stuff happened along the way. We're in Alabama, in Dothan, Alabama, with $300 in the bank. When I crossed the line that said, welcome to Alabama, I felt like 1,000 pounds were lifted off my chest. I felt better homeless in Alabama with $300 than I did in Naples with a house paid off in Florida. So the next day in the morning, it's like 12 in the afternoon. We get out of the hotel. We take a shower. There's a few things in Dothan, but we're going to keep driving north, okay? Most of the houses we had saved were in Montgomery, Alexander City. Alexander City is where we really had our eyes set on. Okay, we really had our eyes set. I heard an alarm going off somewhere. We really had our eyes set on Alexander City. So we drove north. Oh, by the way, like we're driving through. When we got to Montgomery, somewhere between like I think in Troy, Alabama or something, we left Dothan. I checked my bank account and there's $107,000 in the bank, or I can't even remember, 103,000. I don't remember how much money. It was over $100,000 in the bank. You know what I mean? I look at the bank account, and we went from 300 to 103,000. Okay. And most of the houses we wanted were about $95,000. Okay. That's what like a really nice house goes for in Alabama. In Florida, we were looking at a few houses in Florida, but there are a bunch of trailers in a house from like 1946 in the hood in Ocala. That's all we could get in Florida for $100,000. So we drove into Alabama, because in Alabama, we could get like a decent house for less than $100,000. We drive into Montgomery. We like Montgomery. Okay. We said this would work. It's not as ghetto as Jacksonville. It's way better than Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Florida was ghetto and scary. And we were actually thinking about moving to Jacksonville. The house in Jacksonville, Florida, we really wanted. The house, they were asking $80,000. Okay? So I called them and I said, look, the house has been on the market for 4 months and it hasn't sold. You're asking $80,000. I'll give you $69,000 cash right now. And you know what the house in Jacksonville did? They raised the price up to $84,000, so or like $80,000. So the house is on the market. They had no offers. There's no interest in the house. We make a cash offer, and instead of taking our cash offer, they actually raised the price on the house. So we got so disgusted by dealing with realtors in Florida that we just drove in Alabama. Now, the first realtor we dealt with in Alabama was in Alexander City. And it was a house that was garbage, okay? It looked really good on the internet. They made the internet photos look good. But when we got there, we looked at the house, it was pure garbage. So the photos on the internet looked great. But when we saw the house, it was garbage. So this guy calls me in Montgomery, because I was driving around Montgomery, and I saw a real estate sign. This house wasn't even on the marketplace. It was just... we hadn't seen it on the marketplace. We had just drove by and saw this house. And the guy's like, yeah, the guy wants $98,000 for it. I said, dude, I'll buy it cash. I think it was like 95. I can't remember the exact amount. We could have bought it. We had enough. So I told the realtor, let's see you today. He said, okay, I'll be there at 4 o'clock. Okay. We meet this realtor. We look at it was... Now, keep in mind, I'm coming from South Florida, where an empty lot is $200,000, okay? I'm coming from South Florida. The first house I see in Montgomery is like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, concrete block house, tile floors, wood floors, with a third of an acre and a 2-car garage made out of red brick. The house is a brick house. The garage was a brick garage. I'm talking ballin' house. And I told the realtor, bro, please give me the house for $84,000, man. We need. I begged the realtor. I mean, I literally begged the realtor. I almost cried. I was like, dude, please, I need a deal. We're coming from Florida. I want to buy this house. But the guy's like, look, man, this guy's not going to drop the price, okay? Go figure that the guy that had that house was a doctor. A doctor. Doctor's not going to live in a trashy house. The house was balling, man. Up on a hill in the central part of Montgomery. 2-car garage. Tile floors. 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. This thing was balling. You know, but the realtor told me, look, Jose, why don't we look at a few other houses? We signed that papers on the house. We literally bought the house. But then the realtor was like, well, let's look at a few other houses, because I think you're moving a little too fast. So the realtor showed me the second house, and then we bought the second house. Either the first house we wanted to buy or the one we bought were both incredible deals. This realtor guy was amazing. You know what I mean? No pressure at all. The realtor was a beautiful, most beautiful experience ever. You know, whether the house in Montgomery or the other house that he showed me, both houses were great. You know, and he told me, if you want to see more houses, we can see as many houses as you want. The problem was that we had seen about, I gotta turn on this road. What's this one? I gotta turn on one of these roads. We had seen like 66 houses, right? And the day we got to Montgomery, I mean, we're talking the same day the money hit our account, okay? At 12 in the morning, or at 12 in the morning, noon, we had $300 in the bank. By 2 in the afternoon, we had $100 and some thousand in the bank. And before the sun went down, we had already signed the papers on one house. Okay? That's how fast we moved. Because I looked at the night we were in Dauphin, Alabama. We left Florida. And that's when all the people from New York were buying everything. Because, they were leaving New York, Boston, all that. They were buying everything in Florida. They were buying everything everywhere. Like, that's when the real estate market went insane, where people were leaving the big cities. We went from like 66 houses to like 5 houses. Like 80% of the houses we saved sold that day. So I told Katie, we have to buy a house today. If we wait a week or a month to buy a house, there won't be nothing in the market. And sure enough, we bought the last affordable house out of, there's houses that were sitting on the market here in Alabama. We got the last house. You know what I mean? Like, we got the last house that sold for like a really good deal, basically. Like, everything, the day we got here, we were in a hotel, and I said, Katie, didn't we have 60 houses left? There's like 5 or 6 houses left. Like, everything, the day we left, everything disappeared. I told Katie, we have to buy a house today. I told Katie, if it's livable, we're buying it. It wasn't even about, let's pick one out. It was just like, we need to buy a house right now, because if we keep waiting, we won't be able to buy it. And sure enough, after we moved here, that was like the end of it. After that, everything sold, and then the prices started to go up. So we did well by rushing everything. Am I recommending that you do the same thing I did? Absolutely not. That's just how it worked out for that. You did a video in my hood. I've been watching you guys. Thank you so much. Florida City. Yeah, man. Hey, that was a fun video. That was a fun video, man. I went to Florida City. I didn't know it was Martin Luther King's birthday. It happened to be Martin Luther King's birthday party. And there was like thousands of people hanging out. And the streets were closed. And I had no idea what it was. I just happened to be there that day. And that was right before COVID, man. Like, never again will something like that happen for many years. You came to the real trenches. Nobody ever comes here. I went to the trenches, man. I was the only white kid in this place. I gotta upload that video. I'm gonna re-upload that video. I'm gonna do a video series in the next month, I hope. It's gonna be called Florida Before COVID. Like where people were hanging out in groups and all. It's gonna be called Florida Before COVID. I'm gonna upload it in the next month or so. So I gotta go on the internet, download that video, edit it. And I was deep in the trenches, man. You gotta come to Gold's again, and yeah, man, I'm gonna do it more again. Hey, I love Dade County. I worked in Homestead, bro. I worked in Homestead, Miami, P. Ryan, all that, man. I pretty much just about lived there, basically, for a little bit. You know what I mean? I was staying in a hotel. I wasn't like living there, but I was living there for work, Yeah, I went to the real hoods in Miami. I'm talking like, there was like 5,000 people there. I was the only white guy there. And I had a camera, and I was recording everything. Yeah, and there was this one other Cuban kid. He was on an ATV, and he was like, "Hey, yo!" Like these Haitians came up, and they're like, "Hey, bro, you Cuban, bro? Look, there's another Cuban over here." And I met the other Cuban. Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like to be in the hood like that. That's a cool city. Like they're real tight knit, man. Not a lot of cities can do that. Not a lot of cities can do that. Belgrade's like that too. I'm gonna re-upload that video that we did in Florida City. It's gonna be called Florida Before COVID. 5,000 people in the hood hanging out, barbecuing. I mean, that was like right before COVID too. You know what I mean? That was like the month before COVID, I think. That was like the last normal month we had in Florida. I'm gonna do a lot of videos like that. I'm gonna do a video of Florida before COVID. Like I'm gonna show Naples crowded, Florida City when Belgrade before COVID, all that, man. Immokalee when the crowds, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna remember all those videos I did with the big crowds and then upload a video called Florida Before COVID. Yeah, this is kind of a dark. They need to put some street lights out here. I don't know why this street's so dark, but like there's a dark area between Prattville and between Prattville and Millbrook. There's like a dark spot. You got Puerto Rican relatives? Cool, man. Yeah, some of my cousins are married to Puerto Ricans. My cousin's husband is Puerto Rican. They're both males. You don't get to pick your family. They are what they are. I think they live in Tampa now. I haven't talked to them in a while. I'd message him on Facebook every once in a while, but But anyways, my cousins, like I got Puerto Rican family, I got Dominican family, I got Mexican family, I got white family, I got black family, I got Colombian family. I don't even know. All my cousins, they've all married people from everywhere, man. I mean, I got my like the next generation underneath me. They're Puerto Rican, Mexican, Colombian, white, black. We got everything in my family, bro. Like my family that grew up here in the United States, man, we got everything in our family, bro. We got Puerto Rican, we're Cuban, right? We got Puerto Rican, Dominican, I think, is there any Haitians in my family? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we got Haitians because, well, do we? Well, we can't tell him that's not his baby, so. That's so messed up. I'm like, we got Haitian people in the family. We just can't tell him. Oh, that is so messed up, bro. Oh, that is so messed up. Like, yeah, we got some Haitian people in the family. We just can't tell the daddy. Oh, snap, bro. That's so funny. Hey, tell me that's not funny. Like, we got Haitian people in my family. We just can't tell the daddy. They're not his. Oh, man. No, but we got Haitians that... How do I explain this? Like, okay, my cousins had kids with a girl, and then they got their brother's Haitian, so the kids are brothers. One's Cuban, the other one's half Haitian. So we're a mix, man. We got everything up in here. Well, in my house in Cuba, we had a Haitian guy that lived with us in Cuba. In our house in Cuba, we had a Haitian. I have it marked on our saved places. Cool. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, my family, we got everything, man. We got everything. My uncle's black. He's black Cuban. And his wife is basically a hillbilly from Kentucky. So he's a black Cuban. And she's like a hillbilly from Kentucky. Don't ask me how this happened. But it did. Alright, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. It's been a pleasure to talk to you guys. I promised you guys a few videos that I'm going to work on when I get a chance. Florida before COVID and a little bit of sun etiquette. I'm going to check out. You guys have a beautiful day. I love you guys. If you're going back to work tomorrow, be careful. All right, lots of COVID out there. Be very careful. Avoid crowds. And thank you for spending this time with me. I love you guys. Have a good night, really. Be friendly, be nice, be courteous to everybody. And remember, it's a crazy world out there. Avoid confrontations. If somebody flicks you off, ignore them. If somebody honks the horn at you, just keep driving. If somebody wants to fight with you, let them argue by themselves. You walk away from it. It's a crazy world out there, and it ain't worth messing up your life. You guys, I love you. Stay out of trouble. And I gotta let you guys go. I need to go home and get some rest. Oh, might be getting pulled over here. Hold on, y'all. That might be a cop. Hold on, y'all. We're about to get pulled over here, so let me just stay on for a little bit. I'm sure this is a cop right here. Almost positive we got a cop following me right here. If we get pulled over, you guys will want to see this. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit. We might be getting pulled over. I'm sure this is a cop right here. Is it a cop? Might be a cop. It looks like a police car, don't it? No, it's not a police car. I thought we were getting pulled over. I was like, y'all might want to see this. All right, y'all. Good night, man. I'm out.